Castlevania from Sony ImageSoft for Genesis, Sega CD, and Super Nintendo. Game systems sold separately. Also, look for Mickey Mania game tips in specially marked boxes of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Danita Stokes, president of HAG.
It's bad enough that Sega Genesis has the most 16-bit games, but this new Sonic the Hedgehog, oh, he really doth my doilies. They say he's incredibly fast. Well, what's the hurry, mister? And about his attitude. Smarty pants. Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario? Oh! Little brat!
Now, get Sonic free when you buy a Sega Genesis system at its new price of $149.99.
Okay, so your folks may act a little weird when they see you've got Stimpy's Invention, the new Ren and Stimpy game for Sega Genesis. So tell them it's the only game where Stimpy's Mutatomatic invention explodes and warps the town, spreading giant flamingos and twisted lawnmowers everywhere. And you can be Ren or Stimpy, and team up for crazy cartoon powers like the Boomerang and Chopper Pilot. Hey, it's cooler than powdered toast, man.
I just hope there's none of those disgusting hairballs.
Stimpy's Invention, new for the Sega Genesis system, each sold separately.
The Sega Genesis has blast processing. Super Nintendo doesn't. So what's blast processing do? And what if you don't have blast processing?
Now, when you buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1, you'll get Sonic 2 absolutely free. Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. It even slices and dices, makes thousands of julienne fries. But wait, you can play it too. This free Sonic 2 is a $54.99 value. You get 2 Sonics for the price of 1. Sonic 2 fits easily into any tackle box. Made from a space-age polymer plastic for years of family fun, and pets love it too. Buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free.
Act now. Wiener Dog Sweater sold separately.
Introducing Castlevania Bloodlines for Sega Genesis. The most horrifying vampire hunt ever. 2 new heroes, plus hordes of evil enemies and ghastly ghouls. It's intense adventure from Konami.
Day 19. I am concerned about the crew. After all, Echo the Dolphin is not just a game, it is an adventure. The graphics are so real, they don't want to go into the sea anymore. 27 levels of danger, mystery, and beauty, all through the eyes of a dolphin. Simply brilliant. Thank goodness, my trusty skipper Pierre has no interest in this new game.
Said he was going to be right back. He was normally a very quiet boy.
Young Bobby Engels has a problem. He needs to earn the respect of his peers. So he gets Sega Genesis, the ultimate action system. And then he buys Mortal Kombat, the arcade edition, and the all-new Shinobi 3, and Marvel's X-Men. Now, things are pretty much okay.
I said chocolate chip. Say it. Say it.
I must have that new Sega Power Rangers game! Goldar, steal it for me!
No wonder Rita wants that game. Look at those graphics!
Woo! And those moves!
Check out those battle zones! Let's go, Goldar! Sorry, Rita. You'll have to buy it like everyone else.
Huh? Sega!
Power Rangers for Sega Genesis. Also available for Game Gear and Sega CD. All sold separately.
Dave Whitney wanted the real arcade games at home, so he got them. Mike Rogers wanted them too. But he got a Genesis system by Sega. Why? Check it out. Arcade screen left, Genesis screen right. If they look the same, you've answered correctly. Besides, Genesis has real-life action in sports games, flying games, and adventure games. The hottest library going. So if you want real arcade action, there's only 2 ways to get it.
Dave, we got your golden axe.
Or get Genesis by Sega. We bring the arcade experience home.
Get this! At school I found this magic lamp, and I wished for Disney's Aladdin for my Sega Genesis. It's like the movie. I got to battle sword-slashing thieves and nasty palace guards and ride a flying carpet. And I still have 2 more wishes.
Prove it!
Sega Genesis and Disney's Aladdin game cartridge, each sold separately.
Sega presents one champion of good, one pawn of evil. It's Sonic and Knuckles. Not only is it the greatest Sonic game ever, it also comes with lock-on technology. Plug in Sonic 2 and use Knuckles to play in a whole new way. Plug in Sonic 3 for 34 megs of power, new worlds, and surprise endings. Sonic and Knuckles with lock-on technology, only on Sega Genesis. Sonic and Knuckles, other game cartridges, and Sega Genesis, each sold separately.
What's the hottest 16-bit video game system with true arcade games, great graphics, real challenge, stereo sound, and the hottest library too, with games like Altered Beast, Golden Axe, Super Hang-On, Forgotten Worlds, Space Harrier 2, Revenge of Shinobi, Tommy Lasorda Baseball, Buxton, Last Battle, Arnold Palmer Tournament Golf, Super Thunderblade, Zoom, Thunder Force 2, Ghouls and Ghosts, Mystic Defender, Rambo 3, and more. Genesis from Sega. Genesis, the new generation in video games.
Cool. I heard Matt got a Sega Genesis. I heard Matt got a Sega Genesis.
Well, I guess one more is okay.
The Sega Genesis. Game cartridges sold separately.
Yo, he goes slow. He ain't no fool with that Sonic speed. He just always cool.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
No fool. Come on, just show me what you got. Going fast is cool, going slow is not.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
No fool. Wild game, dude. 7 danger zones. You and Sonic speed through, or you are toast, man.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the hot new game from Genesis Games. Systems and games sold separately.
No fool.
Absolutely Sega Genesis.
Do it, save the day. Baby, what's your game?
Quackshot starring Donald Duck.
Sega Genesis.
Streets of Rage.
Sega Genesis.
Go with Quackshot, Streets of Rage. Just 2 hot names of the games. Sega Genesis system and games sold separately.
Welcome back to Sega Sports. Hey, we're talking baseball. Sega Genesis Sports Talk Baseball. Sandberg's facing Ryan. Here's the voice of Sports Talk Baseball.
291. High drive.
Sierra back. What a catch, baby! All the superstars are here, Dick. Canseco, Clark, Dykstra, Franco. Ripken's up. Back to the game announcer.
Inside. Ball 4.
Keep on trucking, baby. Look good to me, Dick. Don't give me your lip, buddy. You're out of here. Football is next.
We went to the big guy.
We laid the whole thing out for him.
We told him we had this great idea for a new game called Sonic and Knuckles.
It's Knuckles in his own game. Plus it has new technology.
Lock-on technology.
So you can play Knuckles in Sonic 2 and 3.
It's revolutionary.
He just laughed at us. So we sold the whole thing to Sega?
Who's laughing now? Batman!
Genesis brings you the dazzling powers of the Mystic Warriors, the Ninja, in Revenge of Shinobi. And 16-bit arcade racing action with Super Monaco Grand Prix. 16-bit arcade combat, skills, strategy, reflex, and rivalry. Experience the ninja magic of Revenge of Shinobi and the exhilarating rush of Super Monaco Grand Prix for the Genesis system. Sega Genesis brings the arcade experience home. Genesis system and game sold separately.
The designers of Sega's new World Series Baseball set up cameras to capture what it really feels like in a Major League box. Then made it so you can pick any Major League team in any ballpark and made it have all the players, even the guys riding the pine. So with Sega's new World Series Baseball, everything happens, well, more like it does in real life.
Oh!
When I play Terminator 2 with the Sega Menacer, I'm not afraid of deadly hunter killers, the indestructible T-1000, endless endoskeletons, the evil Skynet, nothing.
Bobby, come give your Aunt Bertha a big kiss.
Well, almost nothing.
And so it was, late in the 20th century, that a pox fell upon the land, a plague of home videos that were limited in intelligence. There was brain drain, and terminal boredom swept the countryside. The maker looked down and was not pleased by what he saw, and said, "This is not good." And so it was, he brought forth Genesis, a system with twice the power, twice the intelligence, twice the challenge, twice the fun. Only a chosen few were called forth to experience this new dimension of high-definition graphics and stereo sound. And the maker saw what he had done and said, "Now that's not bad." Discover Genesis, and your world will never be the same.
Twice as big as Sonic 2! Check! The new 3D special stage! Check! And the new game save feature! Check! Do it!
New Sonic 3 is now available at a store near you.
Sega!
New Sonic 3 game cartridge and Sega Genesis sold separately.
Hey, Sonic, let's race for a box of Honey Nut Cheerios.
Race for the taste, the honey sweet taste of Honey Nut Cheerios.
It's the honey nutty part of this complete breakfast.
Hey, Sonic, how can I be as good as you?
Race for the taste.
Now, Honey Nut Cheerios offers you free Sega game tips right on the box, plus a chance to instantly win a Sega Genesis with the new Dr. Robotnik or Toe Jam and Earl Panic on Funkatron. Chances of winning 1 in 10,000. Check mark boxes.
There's that, and then there we go. That's everybody. What is up,
I'm just saying that the werewolf is hot. That's all I'm saying.
Right
like,
off
if
the
he was
bat.
gonna pound me, I would rather it be sooner than later.
Promoted Xylo or pre-promotion Xylo?
Honestly, any Xylo.
At least he's not a huge rat. Anyway.
It's true.
Welcome to episode 5 of Shining Force. This is the quarantine stream. I have COVID, so I will be slightly low energy tonight. Forgive me. We are joined by the awesome people that you see around here a whole lot. We got Nick, Joey, and John, and then from the Thought Cops, we have Kevin joining us. Thank you
Howdy.
Thank you so much for coming by, my man.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Definitely, absolutely. Anyone have anything they want to talk about real quick before we start to move on? I know definitely I'd love to hear a little bit about Thought Cops, Kevin, once you get the chance. But if anyone else has something they want to talk about too, feel free.
I'm gonna let Joey say something first. He looks like he wants to say something.
No, I was just gonna say that's you forgot.
Joey always wants to say something like Jesus. Oh, sorry.
So it works out. But luckily, we have an actual alt-right podcaster here.
Oh no!
We have a recurring joke here about the Joey Zone, which is my fantasy alt-right podcast. But luckily, Thought Cops is here with just deeply Petersonian takes.
I mean, we've collaborated, Joey, over the years. You know, we gotta guys like us gotta stick together. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. In this world, in this environment, that's what you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Kevin's podcast is the opposite of that. Please don't take any of that seriously.
Do you run that risk, I suppose, being a white man with a podcast? You know,
you inevitably end up, you know.
You need a solid trucker hat and to be podcasting from the back of a pickup truck.
I was gonna say, yeah. If I was in the seat of the front seat of a pickup truck, I think then you guys might want to boot me from the stream.
Yeah, but you're waiting for your order at McDonald's, because why would those people want more money to flip burgers when they're messing up your fry orders?
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, you know what? I guess nobody wants to work anymore. I guess nobody. That's why. How long does it take to flip a damn burger? Nobody wants to work anymore.
Oh my god.
And if you just joined us, we're not normally like this.
Before the show began, folks, thank you very much for tuning in.
Monetized.
Sorry for derailing this. But, Kevin, please tell us about Thought Cops for those.
Yes. It's a weekly comedy podcast. We just talk about more or less like internet culture of the week. Basically, anything you see on Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, stuff like that, that is very popular for like 5 hours, and then we forget that it happened immediately. That's kind of the stuff we thrive in. I don't know if you guys remember, it's practically ancient history at this point, but like last night we talked about the I guess they're making the M&Ms less sexy now. You guys see this? They're making the M&Ms less sexy. They're taking away
Jordan Peterson, like Shining Force here. So actually, funny enough, that's a good segue because there is a character in Shining Force 1 who looks like he would complain about that. So Kevin, it is my challenge for you to find the character in Shining Force tonight who would complain about the sexiness or lack thereof.
See, I thought you were going to say that there's a character that looks like an M&M, and I did get a little bit excited.
Oh no.
Well, there, you know, hey.
Sorry.
Hey, you never know, man. Luke is M&M-y.
M&M-y? Just a wee bit of M&M-y? M&M-y?
Anemone, yeah. Anemone-ish.
And regretfully, Grant was going to join us tonight, the other half of Thought Cops, but he made a public statement, black text on a yellow background. He denounced the Super RPG friends and said he would not be, he wouldn't have anything to do with us. So rest in peace.
I saw that.
Rest in peace, Grant.
He did the Notes app. He took the screenshot on his phone, and he's like, I can't be on this kind of, I can't be talking video games. He's out there lifting weights right now. He's like, I can't be associating with a bunch of pardon my French, dorks. Yeah, and I'm included in that. I'm included in that. Don't get me wrong. I'm here. I'm wearing a JRPG shirt myself. I get it.
Also, that's why you have splintered. So, Kevin left the Thought Cops to join us in this episode.
Just specifically, the age-old friendship and partnership is over.
I'll be rejoining the partnership as soon as the stream is over, but as far as we're concerned right now, yes, I'm no longer associated with that program, but if anybody does want to go follow them or subscribe to them on iTunes or Spotify or like youtube.com/thoughtcops, I'm not going to stop you. They work hard over there. They work damn hard.
I thought I was good at secretly plugging things, but holy shit, that's a new level.
Talk about a segue.
It's a new low, let's be honest.
Oh boy.
So anyway, guys, do not forget where we are on our follower and sub goals. Once we hit 1,100 followers, we will be leveling up and using the absolute Chad Arthur instead of the other knights. And then if we hit 50 subscribers at any point during this series, we'll also be doing we're going to attempt to do it co-op over the internet, but we'll be doing some Shining Soul 2, which is kind of like the Shining series entry into like the Diablo Light. So that'll be a super good time. Hold on, I got it.
Oh, well, you don't sneeze without the mask.
Wait for it. It's gone. I think we're good.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I think we're good. Anyway, so beyond that, don't forget to subscribe. You get emotes and no ads. We'll be adding Hans as soon as I possibly can, which, as we all know, Hans is king. So, Joey, do you want to give us a little recap of last week, and we'll move over to gameplay?
Well, actually, Frank, we were not here last week because you were sick. So thanks for that, buddy. Thanks for sucking.
Sick again. Well, what's the difference? What's my excuse last week? I have COVID now. Jeez.
It's just continuing.
Long COVID.
Yeah, it's a long COVID.
Long COVID.
Now it's Omicron, but before it was just regular COVID.
Oh my God, regular COVID, all the COVID.
It's the nomad soul.
He's running through every single variant. He's speed running the disease.
It's true. Yeah, game's done quick.
Lose weight, Diet COVID.
Oh. Yeah, Diet COVID.
Oh, I wish, dude, I need it.
Diet COVID and rum.
COVID,
just like getting thick in his 30s. Like I said, these are my thick 30s, and my 40s will be fit. That's just the way it is. It's the way that nature heals. Anyway, what we were doing last week was we got some bird folk, Ammon and Balboroy, or Amon. I don't know. Is it Ammon or Amon. I don't know.
I always go with Amon personally. I'm an Amen boy. Amen boy? It sounds like I said I'm a man boy. Like, I'm a man boy.
Oh no! You admit it. No, there's the alt-right. Oh no! But yeah, they're like a husband and wife bird battler duo. Kind of cool. A lot of utility in them. So yeah, we just saved them from a bunch of undead creatures in the some monastery, and now we're trying to track down Cain, whose name is spelled differently 3 times in this localization.
Is it really? That's kind of amazing. So, thankfully, during the Shining Force 2 stream, I did the 20 minutes of inventory management that I had to do before this match. Thank God.
You love to see it.
Yeah, so basically, this is where they unearthed, like, an ancient weapon here, I believe, the Death Eye, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the Shining Force, it falls on us to take care of this situation and inflict 1 damage to skeletons. Excuse me, 2 as a double attack.
Yeah, Hellboy doesn't really start off great. Is this lagging for anyone else, the gameplay? Is it just me?
It's a little choppy for me.
It's really laggy on Discord, but if you watch the stream, it's actually really smooth.
Well, that's good.
The folks at home are resting easy with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's 120 FPS.
Yeah, exactly.
Only us who must suffer. The rest are spared.
Right.
Yeah. So Kevin, have you played Shining Force before?
I have not. It's one of those games where it's like, I see it and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Like, I like the art style. Like, I'm even like right now I'm looking at this and I'm like marveling at how cool it looks because, and like I've seen the artwork and stuff come around through too, and it's just like, again, yeah, it's not something I'm like familiar with, but it's something I probably could be familiar with if I, sat down and maybe this stream will convince me to give it a shot. Who knows?
That's our agenda.
No.
The Shining agenda.
This playthrough is collectively, at least me and Joey, it's given us like some serious brainworms for just the Shining series in general. We just have had such a good time with it, especially, I mean, I just joined along on it and have been thinking about it. Joey is the one who's like as deep as you can get into like just a review of the early series.
So whenever I get like really into a new series, I tend to go down the rabbit hole. Like I research like everything. Like I go through the Wikipedia series listing. Like a few years ago, I got into Dragon Quest finally, and I'm like, okay, I gotta know like every game that came out, when they came out, what system they were on, how they can play them, and so like give me a quick rundown of like what. So Shining Force is part of the Shining series.
Yeah. So, and real quick, we brought you on the show because we're using Ken, and you guys not too long ago had Ken Bone on your show for the second time.
That is true. That is true.
And so this is cross-promotional material.
Perfect.
Just so everyone knows. But so the first game was called Shining in the Darkness. It was a dungeon crawler, sort of like early Megami Tensei or even Phantasy Star. It actually, when Frank and I were playing a little bit of it, we were talking about its similarities to Phantasy Star, but there's definitely some of that like Phantasy Star development influence, just because of, hey, it's Sega, like we're in-house, we're buds, we're friends, this is shared influence, whatever. But this game is completely different, and I think intentionally so. So this is the second game technically in the series, and this is when it started to try to do like an SRT RPG, depending on the person you are talking to about it.
Wait, one more time. What was it? SRT RPG?
S or TRPG.
Oh, I'm like that's
or TRPG. Yeah.
I was impressed by the lengths you went to describe that for a moment. I was like, damn, hell yeah.
I'll tell you why. It's because like I don't want to get well actually. I've been taking every measure to not get well actually.
And I was just about to well actually you, Joey, because you forgot you forgot the J. Because for some reason that's what we all have to do now. Like, when did that start becoming a mainstream thing where we had to differentiate?
When did we have to press J for English? I don't understand.
Right. That's what I'm
why
saying. Joey, you get it. You get it. No, I'm just kidding.
I get. Of course, I get it.
No, but for real though, like I feel like there was like a certain point in time where like people, like gamers, felt the need to delineate on like what a JRPG was, because it was like a, you know, when I was younger, it's like, oh yeah, talk about like Earthbound. It's like, yeah, it's an RPG. Now I gotta say it's a JRPG. It's like nobody says WRPG. They just call them an RPG by default. You know?
More censorship from the left, the PC culture left.
yeah.
I'm just lazy. I'm just lazy. I want to say less letters.
Was more of a style. Like, I don't think of Earthbound necessarily as a JRPG in my head. I feel like when you start getting into the anime feel,
I would say that Earthbound is probably the most JRPG, considering it's based around Dragon Warrior.
That is true. Yeah.
And Dragon Quest.
Dragon,
but, yeah.
Nick being super cross-cultural with calling it Dragon Warrior too.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know why I called it Dragon Warrior. That was really weird.
You needed to match the American nationalism that we were.
I am. People may not know this, but I am from America.
Whoa.
Midway,
wait a minute.
Perhaps.
I was for a long time. Currently, in maybe one of the least patriotic states, Texas.
Yeah, definitely.
Solstice. I think Solstice nailed it on the head. Dragon Warrior is just an RPG, but Dragon Quest is a JRPG.
Yeah.
There you go.
I felt my brain expand. I am now fully aware of all things, but
all things.
All things. But yeah.
What up, Spotted
also,
T?
To continue your question, Kevin, after this game, there were three Game Gear games. There was Shining Force Gaiden 2 for the which we actually got in the US. We got the second game in the US, and then Shining Force Final Conflict, which ties Shining Force 1 into Shining Force 2, which came after that.
I got the Wikipedia pulled up right now, actually, so I can follow along. So you said Shining Force Gaiden. I'm looking at here.
Yeah. Then you have Shining Force Gaiden 2, sort of Haya, I think is how you say it. And then Shining Force Final Conflict. The first two games were remade in this
there's the
16-bit style.
That needs a quote.
I was.
Oh my God,
I was waiting for that. I was waiting.
Somebody quote that one.
It's only a JRPG if it comes from Japan. Otherwise, it's just a sparkling RPG.
That's a GameFAQs signature. I've seen that signature on GameFAQs. I'm not kidding. That's not a.
I mean, like, you're right. That's too clever for it to just be like a brand new thought in 2022.
Nothing new under the sun, but still very
for real. Like that's something I like. It's so hard to have an original thought anymore because like everybody's constantly thinking and speaking all the time. Like, I was having a conversation about like the newest Matrix movie on one of our bonus episodes, and I'm like, I feel like every opinion and every thought I had on it, I'm like, wait a second, where did I hear someone say this or read someone say this somewhere else? Because it's everything's constantly happening at once.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I feel like everything is just divergent paths now, right? Like, if you come to the same conclusion, like, you made that joke about Earthbound and Down today, and I was like, bro,
oh yeah,
I made a song title with that, and I wasn't trying to like flex and be like, I did this before you.
You were trying to flex. Like, you're saying I made the same joke before you, and it took you 7 years to get to where I did. Like, oh yeah, I made this joke in 2015. I'm like, oh yeah.
Direct flex.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel like it's just better to roll with the punches rather than like try to take ownership or
oh yeah, I mean,
credit for that. Because we don't want to do that. We're here
or announce to everybody that it's a signature on GameFAQs.
Yeah, why not?
Listen,
hey man,
I believe
I'm just
it,
connecting the dots.
I do believe it.
I used to be a sage on
There's no way it wasn't.
So
I'm connecting the dots. It's like a word association. But funny enough, Kevin, you mentioned Dragon Quest, right?
Yeah.
So this game was sort of a developer response to Dragon Quest and Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem came out in Japan.
Okay. I can kind of see that. Yeah.
Really big in Japan, and this game was sort of like a a middle finger to Fire Emblem because they were like, what if we made Fire Emblem but like with Dragon Quest stuff? Like, what if we like took the the play style of like an SRPG and then we added more Dragon Questy elements, like there's like a sub menu to like when you're in the towns and stuff, because you can explore towns and loot treasure chests and find secrets, stuff like that.
Sure.
And it's like, you know, you press A and then it opens up a little menu where you can search or you can open up your items. It's very like evocative of Dragon Quest. And even that's just like a funny like little mechanical thing that's maybe not intentional, but it I think illustrates like how similar this game kind of like tries.
I mean, that's exactly what I thought too. I'm like, this looks like, yeah, like Fire Emblem meets Dragon Quest.
Hell yeah, I didn't even have to say it.
Joey, you're saying what we're all thinking. That's all it is.
Yeah, exactly. We're going back.
That's why they call it the Joey Zone.
Said this word. And also the Joey Zone, yeah. So that's kind of cool. Actually, it's funny because when I was playing through Shining in the Darkness, I kind of realized that this game tried to streamline a lot of those elements in that game. Like the combat feels a little bit like. In those older, poor May. Oh no! In those older games, in dungeon crawlers in general, like, it was very back and forth, right? Like you're slowly watching your numbers get whittled down by monsters, and there's not like a ton of mechanical depth, but like,
yeah,
the whole thing is sort of like it's almost like survival, like economic. The ATB.
I was like, he said economic.
I was trying not to do it. I saw 6 immediately out the gate hit me with the ATB economy shit. And then Solstice coming in hot with an ATB economy. But yeah, so I think that this game tries to sort of convey that too, with like the sort of back and forthness of it. What else? Man, I'm so glad that you brought up Dragon Quest because it gives me all these talking points.
So I liked. They're talking in chat. I was enjoying reading how some people print. I wasn't the only nerd printing off GameFAQs.
Entire GameFAQs walkthroughs. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah.
To be able to write on them or make notes or tell where you're at without.
Yeah, I think I did that once and I got in trouble. They're like, that was like every ink cartridge we had.
200 pages.
Ever. Yeah.
No, but that tied with Dragon Warrior makes me remember as a kid I was playing with the Game Genie trying to figure out, okay, what does this do? Because they gave you a list of codes and you're like, okay, those do that. But I couldn't be the only one randomly trying to put stuff in there and see what happens in the game. Just craziness. So this, like, I ended up writing this code for Dragon Warrior. You start holding the princess. Like, you start a brand new game and you're just there holding the princess.
Oh, yeah, because there's a state in Dragon Quest 1 where, you know, you actually find the princess.
Yeah, and you're carrying her around. And you walk up and they're like, oh, you rescued the princess. Okay. And you're level 1 with nothing.
That's interesting. I tried to use Game Genie for Mega Man X to beat the first Vile battle that you fight, the one you have to lose. And you actually can't progress in the game because you don't die, so you can't go through it. And that fucked me up permanently. I'm still recovering.
I was watching some, I got recommended on YouTube some compilation of using cheats to beat unbeatable bosses in video games.
I swear I just got that recommended to me too. Like, I swear, yesterday.
And I watched it, and it was like, it just like took away the charm of like the imagination of wondering like, oh, but what if I could beat him at the beginning and I'm not supposed to? And it's like, literally every example was like, oh, and if you do this, the game will crash. The game will crash, and it's like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know, you're supposed to lose.
Solstice says you didn't recover from the trauma of a soft lock as a child. I don't like to call it soft lock, Solstice, because that implies weakness. In the Joey Zone, we don't recognize weakness. Weakness is just pain leaving the body.
There you go. You're right. I should have known.
Right on, brother.
Right on, brother. Oh, Luke with the double attack.
We have that actually printed on Super RPG Friends shirts.
Yeah.
Pain is just weakness leaving the body. Then it's got a picture of an eagle.
Get those.
Fuck hats, John. That's the game
This
that
is-
we're all about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, giving people a little secret to what's coming.
Seriously.
What?
Some things over there.
Merch-a-rooney.
I slip.
You did.
Slippy was my favorite character in Star Fox
From the
because
start?
he had green lasers.
That is
That's
true.
the only reason.
You did. You didn't find him a little bit annoying? Not even a little bit?
Oh no, I hated him. Like I hated him in canon, but I wanted to be the third player because
Yeah.
green lasers are the best.
So what
that's
was
the
up
best
with
laser.
like Slippy had like a deep voice in the first Star Fox, and then in Star Fox 64 he's got that really high pitched, you know.
Yeah.
Because if you remember in like, because I mean they didn't like have full voice acting in the first one, but it was like, you know.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
I mean, in theory, a frog would have a deeper voice, right? Because the
And that's what they
ribbit
were.
is,
Yeah, he's
like-
supposed to be like a ribbit, you know. Then like the next one, he's like, oh Fox, help me!
He's a tree frog. All of a sudden.
Yeah, exactly, dude. That's what it was. They retconned him into a tree frog.
Are tree frogs notoriously like high pitched?
The ones I've heard have been fairly high pitched. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're tiny little frogs, is the thing. They're not
Yeah.
big toads. Alex Jones must have done it. That's what's happening.
That's definitely what happened. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, somebody had to put the dots together.
I'm happy we know.
And he wasn't the first person to say it. Somebody else on GameFAQs had already said it. And
That
Alex
was
Jones
his Alex Jones' signature, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you have tree frogs in Florida? Is that it has to be a thing.
Yeah, we got tree frogs. We got all kinds of frogs. We got frogs that'll kill your dog if it licks them. It's great.
Yeah, those are fun.
Cane toads, they
Size of
fucking
dinner
suck.
plates.
Yeah.
Has
they
anybody
suck.
else watched or seen like the newest episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I have not yet.
I just was like thinking because you mentioned like tree frogs in Florida, but there was like that one scene where
Weather
I'm like,
report, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, sure.
Oh yeah, no, that's what regularly happens. Anytime, there's polls, just fucking frogs, man.
Sometimes a hurricane comes and whips up a bunch of frogs.
It's just how it works.
It's very
it's
shortcuts in Magnolia.
It's that time of year when the lizards freeze in the trees and they fall out.
Is that for real?
That's so weird, bro. That's so weird.
They'll get too cold up there, they'll just stiffen up and they'll fall out of the tree. It just rains lizards.
You ever have a lizard hit you on the head? Frozen lizard?
I've not been
That's why
hit by a
John
frozen
started
lizard
shaving
yet.
his head.
To protect him
I
from
mean,
the
I can't-
lizards?
None of the lizards can hide in there. They fall.
Got a gecko in my hair. What the hell?
Get
Well,
back in the
that was
house,
a-
I'd shake it out. There'd be 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah. Florida dandruff, they call it.
Mulberry.
Oh no, I mean that's a different thing, dude. That's like a
Oh
whole
yeah,
different
you're right.
thing.
You're right. Yeah, I've seen Scarface.
Oh man.
Snorts dandruff. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
So Shining Force, the video
Oh
game.
yes.
And by the way,
It's a
Wes
video
cleaning
game.
House.
Back to the game.
Wes is definitely cleaning house with the thunderiest thighs. The one thing that's really dangerous in all Shining Force games, especially 3, is magic users. It's like pretty much the only thing that really takes you out. There's like a couple enemies later and some that you've seen already that have like a special hit.
Hey, what's up, Xenos? Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, this is a video game that we're playing, so that I might as well talk about it. But yeah, you gotta really watch out. I think that's what took out May earlier, right?
What?
Was it a blaze that took May out?
I think so, yeah. It was just about, it brought her down to 1 HP. She's just about,
There's
she's
a lot of games in this series.
tanky as hell. Oh yeah.
Oh, so this is one of those series that after Shining Force 3, Scenario 3, because Shining Force 3 was split into 3 games. They're basically 3 different parts. After the 3rd game, that was their last Shining game, I believe. At least the last strategy RPG that they made. And then they basically cut ties with Sega and started working with Nintendo, and that's when they changed their development name to Camelot Software Planning.
Oh,
And they did
okay.
the Mario sports games and Golden Sun.
Man, that's a through line I would have never have guessed.
Yeah.
I enjoy Golden Sun.
Golden Sun,
So
yeah, but
Shining-
like, yeah, I would not look at this game and think Mario Golf, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Well, see, it was Mario Golf, but with RPG elements. That was the cool thing about the.
That is true.
The ones
I
that they
completely
did.
forgot about that.
Yeah, I love. I have a huge weakness for sport. Like, I don't give a fuck about sports games, but if you throw some numbers and some leveling in it, I'm suddenly just like, yo,
Yeah.
let's do this. Like, sign me the fuck up.
Numbers first, sports
Mhm.
second.
Exactly.
Okay, nerds.
Well, like, because only the Game Boy ones had the RPG aspect, right? Like the Mario Golf and Mario Tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those were the ones they did. They did golf, tennis. I think that's it, right?
Well,
'Cause
they
I don't
they
think
did.
Strikers or anything like that.
No, that was I think Next Level games or something. But because yeah, I mostly played the N64 and GameCube Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, and like those were like just straight up like, you know, tennis and golf. There was no like story or RPG elements for the most part. I always found that I always found that interesting, like how like Mario Golf for Game Boy Color was a JRPG. It's just a sentence that's so weird to say, but it's true.
That's yeah. So actually, so someone
Hell
said in the
yeah,
chat,
so
Shining Force Feather was the last. Yes, you're right. You're not wrong. That was like a tactical or strategy RPG, but it was not made by Camelot.
Really?
So it doesn't. Yeah, that's a. Like I said, the last game that Camelot did for the Shining series was Shining Force 3.
Shining Force 3, Scenario 3, you said?
Scenario 3, yeah. Actually, technically, it's the premium disc with Shane. with.
God.
Yeah, I see that on the list here. I see it.
But
didn't only the first scenario make it here?
yeah, only the first scenario made it to the U.S. and it has the best voice acting I've ever heard.
Is it like, hello, we are casting magic, Ice Blast.
You're really close. It's
Oh,
Bear My Arctic
fuck
Blast.
yeah. Bear My Arctic Blast.
Grasshopper's involved with this series? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
Grasshopper did Shining Soul. So Shining Soul, there's 2 games in that
Yeah,
sub-series.
there's
Like,
in the credits for who's the main who's the Suda. There's a in the credits for Shining Soul, Suda has a cute little sprite kicking a soccer ball around, which if you know much about him, he fucking loves soccer. Like I was like, oh, it's so cool.
That's it. I didn't know that. That's cool. Because like yeah, they
Frank,
put out.
you want to explain Shining Soul to our boy here?
Yeah, absolutely. So Shining Soul is a Game Boy Advance Shining series offshoot that's basically like a Diablo Light, a bunch of different character classes that all have different skills and stuff, and most of the gameplay revolves around running dungeons, getting drops to complete sets, and making builds and stuff like that. The first one was really bare bones, but the second one really brought it out. They did a really good job with the second one in improving everything that was good about the first one, as well as incorporating more things common to the genre, because of their first time making a GBA-based Diablo game, they were a little, I wouldn't say like humble, trying to think. They didn't try to overshoot the finish line too much on that one.
For sure,
you know,
yeah.
it was definitely, it felt like, especially compared to 2, it very much feels like a proof of concept kind of game. I played so much, and it had, you know, good old link cable 4-player co-op if you set it up right, and the whole story is playable in co-op, and it has like 4 different difficulties, a la like PSO.
Yeah, it scales. Like so, like when you beat one, you replay the game on the subsequent difficulty.
Okay, cool.
Wait, John, did you play Shining Soul?
No, I did not. But I feel like I remember watching some of it at some point.
Visor, I played once with my friend. I had one friend who had it, and it was kind of shitty because my character was so much higher level than his because he just started. So it was like, because I'm so much fucking better than him.
You're so fucking cool.
That it was kind of lame, but I would imagine starting new characters and going through it. Which, by the way, that is one of our goals here, to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
And I believe it's at 50 subs.
Yep, 50 subs. Yep.
Man, now I'm gonna have to put together a Shining Soul 4 GameCube setup.
Right.
Dude,
Oh
yeah,
God.
I was thinking of, that's why I asked you, because you did that double dash thing, right?
Yeah. That.
I will
just
say
like the 4-way link, I think.
I actually did have a game that I did play a lot of Link Cable in. In my high school, me and my friends, we would fucking net battle at lunch in Mega Man Battle Network 2 and 3 primarily. And I have such fond fucking memories of meeting up and like someone would like debut their new folder with some fucking new cheapness. I'll never forget when I brought the beautiful debauchery of an Area Lock Meteors deck to the fucking lunchroom. Like, oh, people hated me for that. I love those games. Love those fucking games.
Yeah, those were RPGs too, right?
Yeah, actually they were JRPGs.
Actually, as a matter of a fact.
Well, there's always that like, you know, I feel like there's that sort of argument about like what is a JRPG, right? And I guess I didn't bring this up earlier when we were talking about it, but like a lot of people say like, oh, it's a style, or a lot of people say, oh, it just means RPGs made in Japan.
And I would say the latter personally.
Yeah, that's how I see it too.
But I know people who like say like, oh no, it's a style, where they're like, Persona is a JRPG because it's very anime, but it's like we don't call it an anime RPG, we call it a JRPG. It means it comes from Japan.
That's what I was saying earlier, I think. That was my feel. Is that, I don't know, just felt more Japanese.
Would you would you consider this to be a Japanese or JRPG?
Oh yeah, yeah. I guess in both senses of the word, right?
Okay,
like,
yeah. I mean like for like style then, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely because first off, like TRPGs and SRPGs were like huge in Japan at this time. So like this was like another thing too is that like a lot of Japanese developers at this time would take like as soon as a new game came out like in a different style, they'd be like, oh, what if we took that and we put it in this, right? That's like that. I mean, that's why Shining Force kind of exists. It was like, hey, what if we had this game? It was a dungeon crawler. What if we made this like we stuck some strategy in there, and then we also took some Dragon Quest. Right?
Yeah.
Like you're just taking handfuls in each pot, and like.
Speaking of hands, you guys ready to see this fucking fat stinky hands attack right here? Oh, this guy doesn't stand a chance. Ooh, 7 points of damage. That's hot. Anyway, continue. Sorry, just had to highlight our Lord and Savior Hans.
I no, thank you. I'm glad that you did, because I hate Hans's battle sprite because it looks like he's purposely looking away from the camera. Like he doesn't like. Right, like he's the goth at family Thanksgiving, right? He wants nothing to do with this joint at all. And like you're so close to seeing a face in the combat screen, but nope. Hans is too shy. So can you show Hans's portrait?
I should be able to,
give us a look. Yeah, you can. You just have to press what's the I forgot the actual, maybe it's C? Is it C on that controller? Finish RPG.
Zelda's not an RPG.
No, don't go down this route. No.
What's the question here? What's the question here?
No, we're not this. No, I will not acknowledge this. No.
Listen, I want genres to mean something, okay?
This is the new Final Fantasy 13. We can't do it.
Not again.
Not again. There's a bot. It straight up bans anybody who says, like, if you say Final Fantasy 13 is bad. Actually, if you just mention Final Fantasy 13, I can say it, but people in the chat can't. So that's just the way it is.
I believe we've blocked it. It's been that bad.
So, Zelda's not. Oh no! It starts. No. Frank, why? I was you, right?
Yeah, I mean.
It was.
You think you've won, but you failed. The laser eye is ours now. Bleh.
Oh, so this is like a MacGuffin in the story too.
Who was the crazed old man? John. Oh yeah.
Inside the cavern.
We had the matching beards.
That's true.
Go find that
John is
moonstone.
Nova.
I feel
Alright,
old
alright.
some days, I swear.
Also, link cables.
Of course.
The thing that bound polycules together during that time.
Bound polycules?
Still does, maybe.
It still maybe does.
Yeah.
If you're like retro gaming, polycules getting a lot of mileage out of.
Polycules that trade Pokemon together stay together.
That's very true.
I got the Moonstone. I finally got it. Is there something I can miss here? Because don't I get like the Lunar Dew here to get Xylo?
Oh, no, you go back to town and then you make the Lunar Dew.
Okay.
The Mountain Dew. It was actually Mountain Dew.
Mountain
in
Dew?
Japan, but then they changed it to Lunar Dew here for copyright infringement.
Makes sense.
I'm pretty sure it's in the town, and then you obviously go up to your boy Xylo, who is in that like.
And Sirius has got Sirius has a secret item for me, somewhere. Let's see. Where is it? On the left or the right, Sirius? Oh! I got a Sugoi. I got a Sugoi Mizugi. What the fuck is this?
So that's it's like a bathing suit. Oh, you can't even carry.
Oh
leave
god.
It.
Leave it. It's for
Yeah,
Tao,
it's,
of course. It's for Tao.
I don't like to acknowledge that item exists.
Does it give her stats? I mean,
it's 2 sec. No, it does nothing. It's just for fan service.
Oh boy. What do I do?
Moves out of my JRPG. Yeah, good luck with that, right? Really good luck with that.
There it is. The Sugoi Mizugi.
Wow. Dude, so hot.
So she just holds on to it and it doesn't like do anything?
It turns her into a babe.
Into a super... Does it do something in bad? Does it put her in a swimsuit in battle?
Yes.
Oh my god. Lord have mercy on us all.
Well, dude, it's especially annoying in this game because the inventory is so, like, cumbersome.
I will make the Lunar Dew immediately. Right now. Thank you. Here you go, Lunar Dew. Xylo will make a full recovery.
My cousin knows the formula, so I never have to buy it.
I only want to see Wes in a swimsuit. Same, baby.
I mean...
With them thighs? Oof. Oof.
Wait, are you talking real Wes? Or are you talking...
Listen, I don't even care, alright? Either or. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to go get Xylo. That's fine. I'll egress and go get... Oh, thank you for following, Thought Cops. Wow, who's that guy?
I wonder.
Well, it has to be Grant because Kevin left.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I should
probably log out of the account, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh my god, hell yeah, John.
I make this happen.
Oh, damn, this man did it. Do I have to go to Florida to play with you guys? Is that what's up?
Yeah.
John needs literally no coaxing to purchase game stuff.
Only the vaguest of urging.
I used to think I was bad.
I showed off my Mother 3 GB Micro once.
I got
once.
John was like, I gotta have that.
Got my Sega glasses in the other day. Can't wait to try these out. 3D.
I can't
Another
match your
fatal
energy,
3D
John. I
headset.
can't go
For Sonic
I'm not gonna
3D?
do it.
You're not gonna do it.
Is that for Sonic 3D?
Our Sonic 3D playthrough?
Sonic 3D Blast.
The Sonic 3D on the
The only Sonic game I recognize
System.
is Sonic Spinball. Or the original Sonic Adventure.
The atmosphere of Florida would disassemble Joey's DNA.
would feel like matter and antimatter meeting.
I was in Florida once, and dude, okay, this is a good story. I found the band Jerome's Dream. They're like a super noisy screamo band. I found their discography at fucking Disney World. So that's my Florida story. I was like 16. I remember. Yeah, it was a good time. I'm not a big fan of Florida though. Can't say I like it. You got
Too many
some
falling
bugs there.
lizards, yeah.
Falling lizards. I do like it down here though, personally.
How long have you been there for?
Like 5 years.
Okay.
But The part I like about Tampa is, everybody's like, Florida gets so hot, and it's never been over 99 in Tampa.
Damn, really? I feel like even up here it gets over 99 once in a while, but
Texas
not
has
too
that
often. But...
real dry. I don't know. It gets sometimes the humidity will make it feel more than that, but it's not accurate. That dry Texas heat is so fucking rough, man. I've been in it a couple times.
Dude, I got whiplash just now because your COVID is making you sound Midwestern, Frank. And so then you said the quintessential Midwestern phrase.
What is
You
that?
said, and I quote, "It's the humidity that gets you." And dude, it's just. And with the name Xylo, Xylo is a bit hey, Xylo. It sounds like something.
Hey there, Xylo.
Hey there, Xylo.
All right, who wants
Kevin
this one?
Xylo.
Yeah, actually, Kevin, why don't you be the best character in the game?
Is that who this is?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want? Leave me alone or I'll tear you apart.
What is that
Wow.
voice, dude?
I saw the picture of him and I thought to myself, that's what he should sound like.
Now here's a guy that parties.
Where's my fucking Moondew bullshit? Does the one guy still have it? Did he not give it back to me? Oh my god, hold on. It's this fucking inventory system, I swear to god.
Yeah, I get you sometimes.
You totally needed that key item, but it's okay.
You went full Fursona.
Just for a moment.
That.
Hello.
Is there a specific Fursona voice that is put on?
I just feel it. It's one of those things I can't explain, but
I think I know what you mean. Now that you mention it, it's there's an over dramatization to it, kind of.
Right. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Damn. Speaking of which, that sexy fucking swimsuit, bro.
There it is.
I can't even. I can't
Wes
handle
uses
it.
this, but nothing happens. Where did this fucking item go?
Shit, where did it go?
It was right there.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Oh,
Diane.
There we go. Okay, Diane has it randomly. Sure.
I mean, okay, as much as I like the cool little portraits for items in this game, which by the way is kind of a rare thing in games at this time to be able to actually
Visualize
see the item.
True, yeah.
I think that's rare in general. Items seem like they're very much a
afterthought.
Idle and a number. That's all you get.
Well, yeah, like it exists figuratively, right?
Mm.
It's a logical
Intangible.
thing. Yeah.
Well, how else are you gonna fit 5,000 items in one bag? I mean,
99 mega elixirs that you just might need.
Wes poured lunar dew into Xylo's mouth, just fucking
Okay, now we're getting real sexy. Yeah, there Kevin summoned that Fursona.
Yuck. Awful taste. But I'm myself again. What a relief. I can never repay you for this, but I'm going to join the Shining Force.
Oh, bro,
Beautiful.
It's like part theater kid. Okay, it's sort of like a theater kid who has rich parents, and he's kind of cringy, but people hang out with him because he's rich. You
Sure.
know.
I'll wait at headquarters.
Thank God for that.
I feel like I'm also kind of affecting a shitty 90s dubbed anime.
I think that's a good idea to go for.
Yeah.
There's an attempt at emotion.
Big Steiner vibe.
Big soup
Steiner
bowl.
vibe.
Big Steiner.
So
Like Final Fantasy
Xylo.
9 Steiner?
Yeah, that's what he was going for. I think unintentionally what Kevin also evoked.
I could feel that.
So Xylo is insanely good, and he doesn't need anything because he just doesn't have a weapon. So you don't have to worry. Actually, it's kind of nice. There's a low-key buff with it.
I kind of want to get rid of Gong. What should I do, guys? Because I have two knights, but honestly, Ken and May are both powerhouses right now for me. They're two of my best units right now. But
Ken is the highest level in your force, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So usually I dunk one of the knights.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was feeling originally, but I don't know. I guess Gong just kind of feels like a backup healer. Anytime I attack anything now, I feel like I just do one in the
Yeah, Gong is not like great.
Yeah,
I would say,
you know
like,
what?
It's nice to have like a nice little heal and hit, but you probably just
Sears made a good point.
Gong.
Yeah, I'll just
Sears.
I'll just give Xylo some fucking healing items. That's a good point.
Gong, baby Gong.
Oh my god.
Baby Gong.
I'm gonna. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me.
that's
on the
it.
show. I'm joining Thought Cops.
Yeah.
Open seat.
Out.
Open seat. Yeah, and you know now that Kevin's not part of it.
I
So-
definitely channeled Souls.
Speaking of furries, me and Vicer, we spent like a good 4 hours in VR chat drinking and bothering people the other night. It was a magical experience.
That's what it's for, isn't it?
I gotta say, we had such a good fucking time. We met so many fun people and made so many weird friends. It was a time. They all just kind of looked like Xylo, so at some point someone tricked me into walking to a furry portal that brought me to some horrifying furry world.
I was gonna say. Oh,
This
that
is
was
yeah.
really
This
fun.
is
That
how.
was-
Yeah. This is. I got COVID from VR chat. Well, I don't know. I thought I gave fucking Solstice COVID through fucking through this shit, but turns out that wasn't the case. Attack them, Shining Force.
We're on our way.
Frank, go back. You forgot Kokichi.
Kokichi? What? Okay, I'll go back. Who's Kokichi?
He's another character. He's an old man.
Oh, yo, look at Tao. Whoa, hey, whoa, guys. Whoa, take a look.
Again.
Take a look at that. Oh my god.
God damn.
Whoa.
He's actually decent. Yeah, he's not one of the best flyers, but he's good.
No, I'll definitely go. I'll go back and get him. Oh my god, Nick with the ICQ number. Frank and I just got more sociable the more drunk we became. Yeah, it's true. We got real friendly with everybody. Some little moth girl just kept showing me all over moth avatars. I don't know. Whatever. Is that... I don't know. What is that? Is that some kind of tribal thing? That they do? They're like, let me show you my avatars?
Honorary persona.
Oh my god, CD. You're probably 100% right, honest to God. Tao and Bikini, the first pay to win from the new Shining Force Android game.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God. No.
Oh.
That's one of my least favorite trends. Well, first of all, gacha in general sucks, but, the whole, gacha trend of, now, these are the characters with the bikinis on, and they're God, it sucks.
Vice is powerful.
Listen, you could get good units. I got a unit today, Joey, and you know what it is? It's Boston. Serving you serving you shrimp gyoza. I mean, how awesome is that? Chef Boston? I mean, really.
So, for the egress.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
So those of you who do not know, Boston is a playable character in Romancing Saga 3, one of the best games of that era. And he's a giant lobster who's like a martial artist. He's like one of the best martial artists in the game. Down more, Frank, to where you started out.
Like down here?
Best, I think to the right or down there, maybe, or maybe it's to the left.
I'll just explore a little bit. I'm sure someone will tell me. Someone probably knows exactly where it is. Okay.
I tried Googling Boston the Lobster, and I'm not getting the character, but I am getting a lot of great recommendations.
Yeah. I mean, one of the best. Boston Lobster. No, it's in the town proper.
Is it this gentleman?
Oh yeah, maybe it is.
Oh,
That looks like, yeah, there he is.
I'm helping Kokichi to figure out how to fly. What are you doing? Don't touch anything, you meddler! No, that's it? Is that it?
I'm just sad that you took that away from John.
Listen, sometimes he can't have the entire monopoly on old men voices. So how do I start? Did just talking to him, was that enough?
Again.
Okay.
Talk to him again, I think, and then you have to leave. I always miss this dude. Yeah, there we go.
You in town, eh? Go out back and I'll show you my latest invention.
We're the original, bro.
I hope he gives me a fucking Werther's original. Hell yeah. Watch carefully. Here I go.
Oh boy.
Kitaka Kichi. Yes, he does think Zelda's an RPG.
Well, it cuts to black, and then we don't get to see what happens here.
Yeah, well. Hey, it looks like it's working. I saw him fly.
Yeah.
He's having
Look at him go. Shit.
Appears to be doing quite well.
Oh, and then we have a crash.
I heard an explosion.
Well, it didn't work this time either. All right. Well, and then I can go on to do the fight now.
Yeah, I think you're good. I don't think you have to do anything.
Cool.
He's crash landed in the middle of the battle somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's it.
Cool.
You did it, man. But we were talking a little bit about Gong earlier. So Gong is sort of like a unique class where he has healing and martial arts prowess, but he kind of sucks at both in this game. Some of the later Shining Force Master Monks are insanely good though, like Sarah in Shining Force 2. Like, you can promote her into basically the job that Gong is, and she's insanely good. And also Irene in Shining Force 3, and even in the Game Gear games, the monks are really good. But not in this one. But again, the beauty of this game, man.
Wes falling behind in the damage right now. I gotta say.
Yeah, did you upgrade his weapon? Did you get weapons here?
Yeah, I did. I bought new weapons for everybody. I might have not equipped him. I don't know. Let's see.
Gong is better than Sheila. Yeah, you're probably right about that. But like I always say, in Shining Force, everyone can be good.
You know, you mentioned Golden Sun, and I didn't play those games, but like the battle camera looks very similar to those games, right?
Yeah.
Like the characters kind of like slide in from like the right
the
side.
sides,
yeah.
Yeah,
the UI and the font and like the visual presentation is also like kind of similar between those games. You can tell it's like
the nodding and the head shaking and stuff too.
Yeah, little I forgot who said it. Was it Solstice? But somebody said that like the little tags on the items in the store gave it away to them.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they definitely have an aesthetic that's like pretty identifiable.
Yeah, I could see that.
Feels like Pokemon Battle too.
This skeleton fucking using a medical herb, dude. He's just fucking hitting the herb in the middle of the fucking thing. Damn.
You guys getting
oh my god.
Arceus?
Yes, we're actually we're streaming it tomorrow at noon.
Oh, nice.
I'm excited.
Yeah, same. I was holding off till I heard reviews, and like normally I don't care about reviews for games, but like this game I was kind of like, you know, I have not been thrilled with some of the recent games in the series, so I was like, I want to believe it's going to be good, but I want to wait and see. And then it was pretty much unanimously like people saying it hasn't been this good in like a long fucking time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh, I gotta play it.
I don't know if you knew this, but Joey actually he champions the remake of Diamond and Pearl. He says they did such a good job, and he loves it, and he can't stop playing it.
No, Frank is shoving words in my mouth like a sock.
I was like,
dirty,
oh no, Xylo baby.
I first started seeing the ads for it, and I was like, yeah, that's Breath of the Wild Pokemon Edition.
Yeah, almost shamelessly so.
Yeah, I'm
like,
obsessed here. Visor? No, this is fake. The Joey Zone says that this is fake news. You heard it.
The Joe Zone.
Xylo does start off a little slow, by the way.
I noticed.
Not slow. It takes a little bit, but he ramps, bro.
Yeah.
That's a ramping boy.
Hans with the 7.
Doing it. He's still getting it done.
Hans,
We gave him crap.
Slapping. Yeah, he's slapping, but he's falling a little bit behind in level. You should probably feed him a level or two, or a mob or two here, Frank.
Yeah. Category Shining in the Darkness still?
Yeah, I got it. That's my bad because I had it set for that.
There's always some kind of confusion when I change it via Streamlabs and the actual mob thing. I don't know. Thank you, though, Cornhusker. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by, man.
He just came to say that, and then now he's gone.
It pops out.
I told you, the well actually, I can never escape it. I'm just having a goof.
Joey said Diamond and Pearl Remake was the best WRPG of all time.
Definitely, that's exactly what I said.
Sounds like Joey.
Yeah. And I was really pissed because it was not remade in the Octopath engine. And it was very I'm trying to think of all the things I hate, like, condensed into one ball of...
Yeah, did any of you guys actually play that, though? The Diamond and Pearl remakes?
I played...
My girlfriend did.
Yeah, my girlfriend did, too.
I have it. I have not played it yet, though.
I played for like 5 minutes, and then I have me and Joey have like simultaneous Diamond and Pearl trauma, it turns out, so...
How do you mean?
Oh boy. Oh, no. That is a topic not for this, not for this show.
It's that deep. That's how deep it is.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
My dad beat the shit out of me with that.
And you played Diamond and Pearl the whole time.
Picked your DS and snapped it in half.
Well, so Six is making fun of me. Once again, I am just continuing to be the oppressed male. I only say this because she had like a time where she was like excited to play a Pokemon game that she hadn't played because she hadn't played Gen 4.
Okay.
And I'm intimately familiar with Gen 4, and so like when I saw the presentation of those remakes, I was like, ugh. And at first I was like optimistic. I was like, oh, I mean, maybe the art style looks like shit at first, but whatever, I'll get over it. It's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I just don't think I can do it, man. I just like I'll play through it eventually because I'm like a total shill for Pokemon shit. It just like I feel like the sunk cost
Henry
sinking in. Oh,
yeah,
damn.
I get that too.
You should be getting smacked.
I'll tell you when you're older. Yeah, Visor's right. When you mature into a fully grown thought cop rather than a thought officer, then you'll know. Oh wait, no, I feel like officer is the evolved form.
I have no idea. we have a very confusing lore and mythology on the show that doesn't have to exist, but it does, and neither one of us really fully understands it.
So Kevin has a segment on his show called 2 Minutes of Hate.
That's right.
Or is it 5? Is it 5 or 2?
It's 2. It's 2.
That's 2. Okay.
It can go longer than 2 or shorter.
Can we repurpose this for this show? Can we borrow this?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say that you know, being that I've temporarily left the program, I think that I do own some of the rights to the ideas.
Correct.
You know, the intellectual property that is Thought Cops. You know, so I would say that's Go ahead, Joey.
Well, is the root Orwellian? That's what I have to ask.
Yes, but like sarcastically, I guess, because we made it at a time because we've been doing it for just about 5 years now, and there was a point where like everybody was like shouting about the thought police and like who's gonna do something about this, yada yada, and we're like, we'll do it, you know. So we just kind of made this, you know, I don't even know if it's fair to even call it like cultural commentary entirely, because it's like we don't ever like to delve into the super heavy stuff. Like I said, it's more about like, oh yeah, people are mad about the M&Ms. What did Neil deGrasse Tyson say this week? You know, stuff like that.
You can't tackle the Gen 4 trauma. That's the subject that doesn't come up.
That might be venturing a little bit into too serious territory from what I'm gathering.
Oh God. Yeah.
But again, I don't know the full story, and I don't want to pry.
Sir, I will never eat another M&M ever. I'm done with M&Ms.
No, thank you, Visor, for this.
Until I'm sexually attracted to the M&Ms, I will not fucking get one.
Wait, well, you want to know what about?
I thought you were gonna say
2 Minutes of Hate.
Yeah, tell us what 2 Minutes of Hate is.
I always preface it as it's the very famous, very favorite segment of the show where we like to blanket punish all of that annoying random crap that we see on our phones and our computer screens every day. For example, I'll give you guys the one that I did last night on the episode. So I had a joke that got stolen on Twitter last week.
I saw that.
Yeah. And like, moreover, I didn't really care that much because honestly, like, I had this. It was a stupid like, and it was even before the M&M's news thing. I just had this picture of like I was eating a bag of M&M's, and then on the front of the bag, the M&M is like holding a smaller M&M and it's cracked open. I'm like, oh, it looks like he's holding an infant's cracked skull or whatever. Like that's his equivalent of an infant's cracked skull. And I just like took a picture and I threw the bag in the garbage. And I go on my phone like an hour later and it has like 20,000 likes. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it was like going around for like a week or two, and like one of our listeners tagged me in this post where this guy he stole the image, but it was so weird because he cropped it and like put a filter on it so it looks like slightly different than like my picture, but it's
he'll never
like,
know. He'll never know.
Clearly...
Bro, he stole your NFT.
That's what I'm saying. I hate that it's like I talk so much shit on NFT, then somebody's like, "Well, the blockchain would come in handy here." I'm like, I'm not about to pay for this.
I would unironically say that.
I mean, no, ironically, but it was like,
okay.
no, ironically.
Well,
but it was like.
That sounds like something one of those people who just like they just go on Twitter and they search the word NFT all day and they respond to everyone.
And there are a lot of fucking people like that.
It's insane. I try to not say it because they just come out of the woodwork. I'm like, because they're sitting there watching their charts all day, day trading, and like
a bunch of fucking freaks, man.
The low life mentality of like searching a term on Twitter and like responding to people like public. It's just it baffles me. It's really baffling.
Like you could be like NFTs suck, and then you'll get like 30 notifications of like monkeys and lions who are liking it, and it's like, did you read what I said?
It's like if you say the word graphic design on Twitter and suddenly you have 100 DMs.
You hope. Oh no.
So. That was the thing that was your 2 minutes of hate, Kevin.
Yeah, so
are
like
you repurposing it?
Well, yeah, because I just was gonna say like this guy, like one of our listeners called him out on it because he linked to my post, and then, like I said, he cropped it and then he like put a little filter on it, and I think I was showing you, Joey, the DM he sent me where he's like, hey man, I just want to let you know, I didn't steal this from you. I stole it from somebody else who like I guess stole it from me to begin with. He saw it in like some like group somewhere. Like somebody else stole it, and it's like at the end of the day, it's a picture of fucking Eminem, so it's not like I'm, But it was still funny to like mess with him a little
Kevin,
bit.
that's your fucking legacy, bro. Like that's what when you have kids, you'll be like, I once upon a time on Twitter, this post was doing numbers.
Sad to say, but you're right.
I thought you were exaggerating, not like lying, not like white lying, just like I thought you were just exaggerating to be funny. But that post actually has 51,000 likes on it.
Yeah. It's the most popular thing I've ever put on the internet for some reason. And,
happenstance.
Yeah.
51,000 likes and 0 bitches, Kevin. How does that make you feel?
Jesus fucking Christ.
I mean, like, honestly, it's like there's so much other stuff that like I put on Twitter, and I'm like, there's some other stuff I'm like, I think that's kind of like funny, but like that was like a thing I didn't even fucking think about it. I'm like, whatever, man. Like, just toss this useless thought into the void. But you wanted to repurpose it for
this, yeah.
For this specifically.
Mm-hmm.
So you want me to come up with like
a JRPG thing that you could hate on?
That's a good question, because I feel like I did have one at one point. I mean, honestly, like, I could even circle back to what I said earlier about, like, how we had, like, when did we start calling them, like, JRPGs? Because, like, I mean, when did this come out? Like, what did it say, like, 98, 97 or something?
91.
91, okay.
I believe, yeah.
And, like, yeah, they were just, everything was just RPGs, you know? And then, I think it wasn't until maybe, like, I don't know, 10 years ago when people started, like, making the delineation of, like, JRPGs.
Yeah, I remember it also on GameFAQs in the early 2000s, even becoming like a point of contention to like where people would get like real angry.
I'm a little scared to make Hans do this. What do you guys think? Should I put Hans front and forward, attacking as strong as he can?
You know what, man? Sometimes we gotta risk it because Xylo's right there
for the biscuit.
Your boy.
We gotta risk it for the biscuit. Listen, Hans and Xylo have an A support right now, so I mean, I've watched a few scenes. They were real flirty, so I think they'll be really effective together. Because this is Fire Emblem, right?
I was gonna say they really must be cribbing a lot from Fire Emblem.
Mad crits. Mad crits.
The shitty level too.
An
Those
unbelievable
terrible level.
Oh, the worst. No one's doing any damage to these things. This is horrible.
So, like, for people who think that, like, JRPG is less about, like, a RPG from Japan and more about, like, a style, could there be... I guess my question I would pose is, could there be a JRPG that's made outside of Japan? Like, an American... Is there such a thing as an American JRPG?
I got a really good example of this. It's a common touchstone for this argument, is Secret of Evermore. Because that was made by Nintendo of America, basically. Or, sorry, not Nintendo, a Square studio in America. So, I'm sure that somebody, they had some kind of consultant or something.
Balboroy with the double dodge. Holy shit! Sorry, I got excited.
I'm sure they had somebody on the team who was Japanese or like worked closely with like a Japanese consultant or developer. So
yeah, I'm sure that there must have been a lot of cross, because I mean, if it's SquareSoft, I mean, like at the end, like for example, like Metroid Prime was like, developed in America, but it was like it's through and through like a Nintendo game, and like they were all heavily involved. But like, I mean, the one that popped in my mind, and I don't know if people would think that it would be or not, but Undertale. I mean, it's at least JRPG inspired, but it's like definitely not.
Well, I feel like it could, because earlier when we were talking about that, someone mentioned they're like, is Castlevania a cartoon or an anime? I think it's something similar to that.
Yeah, and that's like, I guess I'm a stickler for that kind of thing, because I have heard people call Castlevania an anime, and it's like, I mean, it's a cartoon. I mean, well, I guess it's an animated series.
Xylo's attack increases by 5. I just want to fucking put that out there, that is the highest attack increase we've seen so far. So Joey, yes, he ramps.
Well, this Xylo real, you would get dipped. So just as this Frank is dying,
light
soon
death.
He will be gone. But in this time,
John has to come click the upload button while I'm dead. That's all I ask.
That's fair, and he's the closest one to do it. But so real quick, the way the stats work in this game, for those of you who don't know or who may not or may just be interested in, this game isn't like pure RNG with like stat ups like Fire Emblem is, because Fire Emblem has like, growth potential, and then it matches a number when you promote jobs or whatever. But in this game, it has like basically it's like a rubber band, right? So there's RNG with how you get level ups, but basically if one stat falls behind, like your attack falls behind, there's a chance on your level up where you can just get a bunch of attack points. So you can get like +7 attack or speed or something if you're getting RNG screwed. So it's a little bit more complicated than that, but like that's generally how it works. Sorry, Kevin. I didn't mean to interrupt your 2 minutes.
Oh no, I mean, like I guess I'm just kind of like brainstorming, because like, well, I guess okay. So we brought up Castlevania, the show, and like, I mean, I think that's like, people bring up like there's not a lot of American animation that is like quote unquote adult geared, that's not like some like Simpsons or Family Guy clone.
Yeah,
and it's cool to see, like, cause I think it's important to make the delineation, because it's like, it's not, I mean, I wouldn't consider it an anime, but it's cool that it's like, I mean, it's obviously anime inspired, but it's also like bringing about more adult animated series like Invincible. I haven't
loved Invincible. Oh my god. I literally finished the series 1 of Invincible and went and ordered all 3 omnibuses online. That's how much I liked it.
Yeah,
and
I've never seen it. Watch it one of these days, because like.
Was omnibuy.
Excuse me. Vicer recommended to me. What's that one? The Netflix like kind of that is in a similar vein to like The Boys and Invincible. It's more like a more adult take on Western superhero stuff. Super Crooks. Yeah, I know he's been
Oh,
telling me to
yeah.
watch that. I've been hearing really good things about it.
That's no, that is an anime, isn't it?
I think it's from what I believe, it's an adaptation of a Western thing done by an Eastern studio, which is really interesting.
You know what? Actually, I just thought of something insane, completely crazy.
Let's hear it.
So some seasons, or at least some episodes of Tiny Toon Adventures, were done by an anime studio called TMS.
Oh?
Who does like Lupin the Third. So does that mean? Does
Yes.
that mean Tiny Toons is an anime? I don't know. I think it might be, at least partially.
Is it the Tiny Toons summer adventure movie? The summer vacation movie? Because boy howdy, I have memories of that one.
No, it was the show, I think, not the.
Yeah, the show was. Were you talking about what is this? Tiny Toon Adventures? How I spent my vacation.
Summer vacation. I love that. I have to, anytime I hear Tiny Toons brought up, I have to bring that fucking thing up because I love that. It was one of my favorites.
We've arrived here.
Yeah, we've made our ways to Tiny Toons.
Tiny Toons Adventures.
Now I'm replaying the what was it? Plucky Duck doing Istanbul by They Might Be Giants.
Oh my god, John, bringing us back.
Core memory in there. Like, I loved that one.
Was there like another? I know we're getting all over the place, but like, I feel like They Might Be Giants also had a song in like another cartoon around that time. Maybe Freakazoid or something.
They had a Cartoon Network, one of the Cartoon Network music video things that they did for the commercial bumps. There was can someone search They Might Be Giants Cartoon Network for me? I would if I wasn't playing, but I know for a fact. I think it's maybe an Ed, Edd and Eddy themed video.
A Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, that
remember
that will bring you back if you load that up. I guarantee you. You'll be like, oh my god.
Oh, and the Malcolm in the Middle theme, of course.
Oh, but who is they in They Might Be Giants?
You don't want to know.
That's the question, in my mind. I just want to know. Like it's an expletive. I just.
Vicer.
They Might Be Giants. Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, they might also not be giants too.
It's a crapshoot.
There might be giants.
Yeah, So no one can really prove. But let's peel. Or actually, let's put the layers back on for a second. The crux of this, Kevin, is it people who are pedantic about like terms? Is that
people who are let's just say specifically about JRPGs, like people who are pedantic about whether what is when it's just I think also like the more and more that so many things are inspired by other things, like everything is becoming a lot more homogenous, where it's like I think even like making the delineation is like not even super important anymore. Like less and less. I mean, honestly, like as time moves on, less and less so to even like make the distinction of like whether something's a JRPG or an anime or not, because it's like, there's so much cross pollination. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and roguelite is a big thing with this, right? Like, because like roguelite means like literally a game like Rogue.
Yeah.
And then Rogue. It's like a game that's sort of like it, and then roguelike is like a different term, basically. And like, yeah, I get it, because there are distinctions that definitely that do delineate certain genres or styles for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
Sorry.
Way or whatever, but it also, like, language evolves, it changes. We have to have some kind of like heuristic there, and even though it might not be like accurate, but you still have to say it. So I don't get pissed when people make that mistake, right? It's stupid.
Yeah, and I mean, like, genres are important to like delineate too, because if you want to describe something to someone, like, you want to use those terms because like that's what we're all familiar with. But I guess like just the term of like RPG versus like JRPG, for some reason it just seems like, I don't know, like why I think this is why it bothers me a little bit, is because we don't have to tie like the origin of something to like other genres. Like there's not like J platformers, There's not
Yeah.
J sports
Yeah.
games, you know? Why
Right.
why JRPGs?
There is Alt J, and that band sucks. But like, but yeah, as a whole, yeah, I agree. So it's like I get the distinction, and I think if it's important to you, make that distinction. But as a whole, it's like I feel like it's just it's a stupid pitfall in discussions. It doesn't actually lead anywhere, right? Like it's not going to go anywhere if you like become fixated on, you know, like being pedantic about that kind of thing. So, hell yeah. What's your punishment for that?
Right, like you guys are the super RPG friends, not the super JRPG friends, because you don't want to like put yourself in a box, you know?
Right.
I want to limit it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we might be playing a non-JRPG.
What up, fat guy in a Speedo?
WRPG, maybe. So,
Shadowrun. No, I'm just kidding. We're not playing Shadowrun.
Maybe not the best game to play on stream, but you never know, man.
God, that's one of those games that we would need like a pro, like just sitting alongside of us, making sure we don't fuck us up.
Damn, Balbaroy just bringing it.
He's killing it. But Balbury, you know, you mentioned, you were like, yeah, you know, in the end, he's a little bit better than Amon, and he was like, oh, a little bit better? Oh, fuck you.
He starts out better. Yeah, he starts out better too. I mean, like I said again, it's like you can use whatever you want, but I do think Balbaroy ends up being better. I think it's a glitch. I don't think it's supposed to be intentional, but the birds can actually use the ultimate weapon that you get that's meant for just Max. So you can slap that sucker on Balbaroy or Amon, and they can just, you know, like they have the huge,
go to
like,
town.
Their trade-off is their attack isn't super high because they have utility and mobility, or rather just mobility. But
Shitty
that kind
level.
of changes things, man. Changes the meta, bro.
Flying cannon.
Yeah, it's not intentional. Frank, what is something that you really hate in the JRPG or the RPG sphere?
Not Xylo. Jesus fucking Christ. 32 damage in a turn. Holy fuck. What is something that drives me crazy?
It's under your skin, you know, just...
I'm trying to think of, like, a good one.
Developer
that bothers you. I'm so fucking goddamn positive sometimes. I'm just like, negatives.
Positive with COVID?
Yeah, I'm positive with COVID right now. That's
changing
it.
and falling apart on you.
No,
script short.
I go a bit crazy when, like, I don't know, when I have to backtrack like way too much. And I know sometimes, even if they change it up and they're like, you know, like, oh, we changed this area, and like, you know, you have to you know, games that make you, you know, if I have to go back to an area once, that's fine. Okay. You know, as long as you're not making me do this, like, in every section of the game, revisiting a same place, whatever. But, like, games that you have to come back to a place, like, a third time, I'm just, like, at that point, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Maybe Star Ocean 1, maybe it's just the fact that all the dungeons look exactly the same, but I feel like I got that a lot from Star Ocean 1 with the, like, just, okay, you know what? Maybe it's not just revisiting areas. Maybe it's more just like retreading like the exact same assets. Because when I was thinking about that, I thought about Phantasy Star 2 and 3, which have that same issue with their dungeons where they're just so meandering because they're so samey. I'm like, you know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I think it's a combination of both of those are two of my biggest, really meandering large dungeons that don't actually have checkpoints or like visual cues for you to make your to keep things in your mind, and then retreading the same area more times than you should.
So, like, I wasn't sure if that was, like, specifically to RPGs or not, because, like, I was going to ask if you like Metroidvanias, because, like, those are, like, very built around that, but I think they work with it well. But if that's something you really, really dislike, I could see that being a huge turnoff.
Oh, and Feka and Espeedo, a big reason why palette swaps exist, period, or because of memory limitations on older games.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I feel that complaint. I definitely...
That's a good one. That's a good one. But, like, yeah, Joey is definitely right. But, like, you know, there is a point you reach in a game where because like whenever you start a new game or RPG or anything, like everything is super fresh, all the monsters are brand new to you, and then you're like halfway through, 2/3 through, and it's just like, oh, it's the one from earlier, but he's red. All right, that guy's purple, and that means has more health, I guess. Where yeah, it is a memory limitation, but it's also like a little harder to forgive, I think.
I don't like it in Dragon Warrior personally.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Slimes was really kind of cool.
That is true, and that was the example that came to my head at first, because I was like thinking about like late game stuff like this. I think that game does it well because the designs are so like malleable.
Whoa! Look at that dude's fucking chin, dude.
Oh,
hold on, I got this. I owe no allegiances to you or him, foul fiend that he is.
Hey, what's going on, folks?
Hey, you seen this? You heard about this?
You heard about this, folks?
Yeah, so someone else take this guy.
You were only a mercenary. You do what you pay to do.
Yeah, well, yeah, here, I return your gold. I shall no longer follow your orders, Toad.
Damn, and getting ethnic on this. If you are not with us, then you are against us. I will have the pleasure of killing you myself.
Vile fiend!
So this guy actually kind of fucks.
Does he? With that chin, I can see it.
Yeah.
Hell brings the heat. This is a very iconic battle, by the way.
This bullshit. Yeah.
Looks familiar.
Yeah.
I didn't expect.
Laser eyes.
Yeah.
Robots.
Yeah.
In the Shining Force.
Robots.
Now the way that works is that every X amount of turns, it damages every member of my party, right?
No, it's just on the bridge there. See,
oh, okay.
Yeah, just those two squares.
Okay.
Straight horizontal.
Cool.
Okay, so you want to straight across the field.
Yeah, but it hits everything.
Even the enemies.
Okay, so in the middle of the bridge there, you see how there's like a little there's two little spots, like an extra square.
That's off of the two. Yeah, that's where I want to put my people.
Well, that's a good thing to do. Another thing that you can. But another thing you can do is just wait until the first firing of it, and then start just like, push your troops as close as you can to the edge, and then once it fires once, then just send them all up. That's the safest way. But that's for babies, though.
Big babies.
Oh.
Big babies.
For big
Final Fantasy VIII Spider Boss. Nice.
Yeah. Hell yeah. But yeah, no. Okay, so Frank, never play Shin Megami Tensei 2.
Just don't do it. Okay.
A lot of backtracking in that one.
Dude, it's so bad. I mean, I think the early Mega 10 games in general are not great with that, but like SMT2, despite actually being my favorite on the Super Famicom, it has a section that like I just don't know how people did that without a guide, without like wanting to die.
That's actually a good conversation point too, because that's something I've been thinking about recently. Was like, I feel like players' guides used to be like so integral to the playing experience back in the day.
I love players' guides, dude. Like, it's such a huge part, especially with like RPGs. Like, I love a big, beefy RPG walkthrough book. Like, I collect them. It's my favorite kind.
You got the artwork and everything, too. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Even just having a manual at some point was really important.
Oh, yeah, like Zelda, the first Zelda was like people complain about how cryptic it is, but it's like they made that, again, knowing the memory limitations they had, and then also that, like, a book would come with it, and if you don't have that book, people, like, play it now, like, oh, this is too confusing. It's like, well, yeah, because you need that book.
Yeah, I got nothing but used games as a kid, so I'm like, let's see. And
yeah, I mean, like
when the internet finally started having like game time.
And a big part of game design too was like making things esoteric, so you spend more time doing the thing and buying the book.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
they kind of like artificially blow up the playtime a little bit, but it's a combination of that and also like memory limitation, and
yeah, exactly.
They wanted to make it challenging because then you'd call in the 1-800 number to get hints and tips from a trained Nintendo professional.
Don't make me tell the story of the leg upgrade armor for Mega Man X4 again. That's when I spent money on that bullshit.
But dude, it's like right in the it's on this.
Shut the fuck up, Joey. I got every single other power-up in the game. I'm sorry I didn't notice that they just decided, like, guess what? You could just go right here. There's no, like, actual trick to it or, like, physical, like challenge that you have to jump up to. No, it's just this fucking throwaway thing. You just go to the right. Fuck it. I was laser focused, bro. CD quality audio? Fuck off, Joey.
Oh, hey,
all the power-up without the dash. You physically cannot do it unless you.
This isn't Mega Man X6.
You put in a password. That's the only way. You lying sack of shit. Not only was Frank. Bad, but he was a lying sack of shit.
What up, Kalachia?
Somebody in your chat says you definitely need a guide for Zelda because it was a fine
Kevin,
RPG.
No,
just don't do it. Don't do it.
You just let him win. You can't let him win.
I think I want to let this thing shoot things once, but I also don't want it to take a million hours. Oh, shit. Okay.
No,
I mean,
so that just shows you the trajectory. It's still taking some time. It takes 5 turns to do it.
Oof.
You guys think Balbury can 1v1 this guy? What do you guys think?
What do you
guys
if
think?
If he takes damage, you just run away. Just go for it. Go for it, man. Test.
Why not?
Give him a kiss.
I'll see what happens.
Oh my God! 1 damage.
Oh, that was not a good idea.
Well, all right. Well, then sometimes this is just how things have to go.
Wait, does Balbury have the highest sword he can get?
Yeah.
Right now. Poor Balbury. Poor Balbs. Yeah, no, there's a lot of bad. So I think.
Oh God, Balbury's fucked.
Oh, he's gonna get tagged.
Oh no! Oh God.
Hey, whoa. Well, this game, luckily, one of the talking points I've kind of been noticing that I, after playing Shining in the Darkness, I'm kind of like relating a lot of this to Shining in the Darkness. And Shining in the Darkness is very much like a dungeon crawler, and one of the staples of a dungeon crawler, especially earlier ones, is the fact that you backtrack or repeat some of the same areas, right? And I think Shining in the Darkness did a good job of it compared to a lot of its contemporaries, but this game has no backtracking. Like, you literally can't backtrack. Like, once there's like little chapters or snippets where you can go back to the town and buy stuff and explore like a little bit, but as a whole, like every like 1 or 2 stages or 1 or 2 battles, there's a new thing, so you can't go back. And I think that's almost intentional, right? Like,
I was gonna say, it sounds almost a little bit stressful because, like, you want to, like, I feel like if you leave an area, you're like, well, like, I hope I got everything.
Yeah, I hope I didn't miss anything.
Right. Yeah.
And that brings me to thank you, dude. That was good. That was a really good segue because we mentioned the guides thing too, and one of the things about Shining Force 1 is that there are a lot of missables. Like, Frank actually almost missed a party member.
Mm-hmm.
He missed almost
Kokichi. While we played.
Yeah, and it's like it's not his fault. He didn't know, and we're too busy.
It's not Frank's fault. He's a
him,
piece of shit.
Yeah, just being a piece of shit. I mean, I used to be. I'm not anymore.
I finished the whole. I went and I watched the whole series finally, and I don't know why I didn't do it earlier because it's so fucking good.
What series?
The one that. What's the name of it?
Leave.
Yeah, I think you should leave.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cracking up.
6, I'm not. No.
The first season was okay, but the second season was funny.
Oh my God, 6! For the love of God.
No, I already acknowledged it. He won, but still, he needed to know. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that you can miss in this game in general, and that continues throughout, I think, all the Shining Force games. But I would say 2 is probably not nearly as bad with that. Like, there are items that you can miss that are really good, but there's only a couple characters compared to this one. But Shining Force 3, holy shit, there's so many missables. And I think it's designed like that almost,
well, because and you're playing it from a very completionist standpoint right now because you missed so much stuff when you originally played it, right?
Yeah,
I feel like I remember you saying that. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And I think that, like, a part of the reason for that is to, make each playthrough slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally, I enjoy that. but it doesn't seem as like that. Again, I don't know if that's a design choice, right? And it's silly to try to argue intent with something like that.
Right, I was just thinking that too. Yeah, because I was like, you know, you could argue like, oh, did they make these games cryptic on purpose so they could sell players' guides, or were they just cryptic because of limitations and the player's guide was like a necessary tool? Which
right.
I want to believe.
Fucked up.
Yeah, that's more than likely that.
And it's like there's so and even if you were to talk to the developers and ask them, hey, was this a design philosophy, blah blah blah, was this like a productional mandate, etc. To me, that knowledge doesn't do much because, you know, the gameplay at the end of the day, the gameplay is what it is. It helps to know that in context, right?
Mm-hmm.
But as a whole, yeah, I don't think it's like incredibly important whether or not that was intentional, but like considering the historical context is
definitely not something you can get away with now.
No, definitely not.
Like,
yeah,
like
because David Jaffe
intuitiveness is
complains
like,
about it.
like if your game isn't intuitive, like it just gets torn to shreds. Which is like, you know, I think that's. I mean, it's nice that everything is like you should be able to infer what is there in front of you when playing the game. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like so. For a game like this, I think it functions like the crypticness of it functions much better because, again, 24's is designed with filthy fucking lion casual Frank in mind, right? It's designed to be played however you want it, in a way. And so, like, if you miss Kokichi, the flying Werther's original giver, you're not gonna forfeit your playthrough. Right, like it's not that big of a deal. It only like really, oh god, that level sucked.
It was terrible. I didn't want to say anything about it because it sucked so bad.
Oh god, he can't even use magic in this one.
Well, and it's because I already said he's kind of falling behind right now. Like,
right? Oh no. but yeah, so I think like in the context of this game, the missable stuff isn't that bad. So I don't mind it as much. But that stuff does bother me to some extent. But like I'm in a weird spot with this, right? Because I hate that. I hate not getting 100%. I hate not completing things or whatever. And yet I love Saga games, which makes no sense because those games are especially. Well, yeah, well, no, they're not masochism.
No, I meant you're completionist plus
masochism. Yeah. But I don't know, because I feel like with those games, that design philosophy.
How did he shoot Xylo? Xylo wasn't in the way.
Oh,
what the
no,
fuck?
They're on the top there. They're on the top there.
But you said it was a 2. You said it was 2. I'm offended. You said it was too wide.
You know what? I think those top ones may actually be in the path.
What's it like? What's it like being a huge piece of shit, Joey?
I don't know, because I used to be one and I forgot.
That's the right answer.
But no one died, right? Wait,
no.
Did Xylo die?
No, Xylo will take everything. He's good.
No problems there.
Xylo just.
Sorry, Frank.
No, you're good.
Maybe I did it to spice up the show.
It was for it was Big Meso. I get it. Big Meso told you that's what you had to do.
Big Meso, yeah. Damn it. I've been found out. I did see a tweet about a Sumerian poem earlier.
Hell, what the fuck? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You're on Sumerian poetry Twitter.
That's just what he's about.
Yeah, it's a dark spot on the internet. So. Oh boy. Oh jeez. Ah god.
Oh jeez. I can't even. Oh jeez.
Let's talk a little bit about this map, because I feel like I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong. I may be misremembering things. But I'm pretty sure that this map is on the back of the box. Like there's a screenshot of this level. And I think that a lot of people associate this battle with this game. It's like an iconic piece
I can see that. It's one of the maps that came up when I was searching for Shining Force maps to make the ads and stuff that I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. This one and the mannequin level too, or the circus level. Dude, what are these?
Holy shit!
No, you know what? Holy fuck, that level was.
Gort with 5. Hell yeah, dude.
Damn, box art flexing. 6, you just. 6
Hold
is
on.
like I love the.
Let me check. I could check because
you got it right
thankfully.
there.
No, it's not. It's not. We just got battles for box art. All we got is battles for box art.
I can't. Hold on. Let me zoom in there.
We got Diane versus Cyber Knight. We got Domingo versus Missile Shell. May versus Dark Mage, and Georgie versus Balbazic. Balbazic. Everyone's favorite. Everyone.
Drive had different pictures, but it's still not the same one.
Maybe I'm just like remembering. I don't know where I'm remembering that from, but the point is this. See, I'm the lion casual now, Frank. That's what you did. You've turned this table back on me.
The turntables have turned.
But this is an interesting battle because I think it's like one of the first times that you see the weirdly, almost like anachronistic stuff in this game, like the robots in medieval land with mages and knights.
Yeah, it definitely really like goes against what we've seen so far. Everything's just been like swords and sorcery, Western
Is that like
kind of
the,
stuff.
The natural trajectory for stuff like this? Because like Final Fantasy eventually went like that with like 6 and 7, and now even like Zelda is doing like robots and like Breath of the Wild. Is it just like all fantasy, all like Japanese fantasy properties or J fantasies, all end up going to robots and high-tech stuff eventually?
You know what was a real J fantasy? The fucking Italian Senate meeting.
Oh, that's right.
She's actually officially a senator now. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
good for her.
Good for her, exactly.
I am the Senate.
Virtual representation.
I'm just glad gamers won, man.
Finally.
They've been trying to win. They just it's been a long time.
Trying to win. The gamers. They've been trying to win.
It's been a long road getting from there to here, but we're here.
It's been a long time, been a long time. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That was bad. Tifa's my favorite, is Six's favorite Italian ambassador.
Did the Tifa situation get brought up on Thought Cops, Kevin? Was that
it was on our Google Doc, but we ended up having to cut for time. But it was something we did. That is a good example of something we would talk about in the show for sure.
Ken with the 0 defense. Jesus Christ.
I almost want to know the website hit statistics on that video after the news broke. Like, just to watch it go.
You could stop it just to watch it, John. It's okay.
Dude, I missed the actual event happening, right? Poor Frank.
Can I get an inhaler from the chat and for the subscribers? Thank you very much.
Yeah, let's hit that. Hit that eye in the chat.
Everybody's hitting the inhaler.
Inhaler in chat.
Oh, you guys do? I was like, do you guys actually have an inhaler emoji?
Yes, we do.
We do.
That's awesome.
It's there. Where my asthmatics at?
Where my asthmatics at?
But yeah, so I missed the actual event, and like I was in bed.
Grip of the Reaper.
I was like Googling like Tifa Italian Senate.
Tifa
like
boobs.
Tifa getting and then like I was like,
oh, you were, excuse me, you were searching what? Excuse me, you were searching what, Joey?
Listen, no, it gets worse. It gets worse. I was falling into this inexplainable rabbit hole, and so I was like, well, okay, I can't find the video because it probably got wiped from a lot of major news sources, or because it probably shows nudity, and I'm sure like somebody paid to have it taken down off Google results, etc., etc. So I was like, well, maybe it's on Pornhub. So I literally went.
Of course, as you should, as you do.
And it wasn't.
Interesting line
there.
of logic, yeah.
And so, like, meanwhile, my girlfriend is just like sleeping next to me, and I'm going on Pornhub to look at Tifa videos in a non-sexual
Oh
way.
my god. Yeah, while I'm here, you know.
Might as well, yeah. Might as well.
No words. No words.
Kill two birds with one stone, man.
I mean,
What happened?
you know, the browser's open.
And the worst part, okay, to prove my legitimacy, I didn't use an incognito window.
You
Dude,
can
that was me
actually
knowing
search
myself.
Joey's. Yeah, Joey, you need to share your history.
I need a
You know.
screenshot of your internet history.
So if I go on my phone and I type in, hold on, let's see if it actually comes up in my search history. So if I type in PO, the first thing that came up was brother HH.
What the fuck?
A legendary tweet.
Brother.
Legendary.
So yeah, apparently it's not. I've evaded the algorithm just like Balboroy.
As he
evaded
does.
the Pegasus Knight.
Mhm.
As he does. Another funny piece of trivia in this battle: the Eye is not the boss. That Rune Knight who threw Jay Leno off the bridges.
Tossed him off.
Mm-hmm. Whooped them. Absolute wallop. You trying to use magic with Mr. Bone there?
Listen, Ken's got magic. You don't know? You don't know about that?
That's Arthur. Arthur's
What
the
a-
one with magic.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he gets Bolt and Blaze, I think.
What a Chad.
Maybe he gets all three spells. I don't remember. I know, but he doesn't get enough MP to use it until like way later.
Jesus Christ. I love the JRPG like trope of someone who has spells they can't use because of MP for a while. Like I loved Tella in 4 with like all the shit he has that you can't really use without the random spell thing. Like I always just thought that was so cool.
Oh, like you have to like
yeah,
go through
yeah.
very specific hoops to jump through to like just to use something, and it's like you know you can use it, but the game is almost like figure it out.
Well, it's fucked up because Max gets MP in this game, but he has one spell that he uses and it's Egress, and he doesn't ever need any more MP to cast it.
That he
And I don't
starts
think there's
with.
anything. Yeah, I don't think there's anything in this game that actually drains MP. Maybe a cursed item? I don't remember, but I don't think so. Oh yeah, there's a secret item here also, and CD on there. Yeah, CD just said it. CD con.
Let me
What's
see.
her name?
Search
Is
the
it
hidden item.
CDC once? He's actually the CDC.
CDC,
Telling you
but only
to
once.
mask up. Yeah, only once. Wait, what drains your MP in this, Cirrus? I know it exists in the other Shining Force games. I don't remember it in this one though. Happened to me in I think it was Final Conflict, and I was like blown away by it. Which, by the way, if you like Shining Force and you want more of it, Shining Force Final Conflict is good. It's very good.
Okay.
I think it might be my favorite of the Game Gear games. But 2 is also good as well, which we actually got in the States. Believe it or not, twice we got it. Oh, Belial. Okay, that makes sense. They're in a couple battles. So I guess I was proven wrong. There is something that can drain your MP on max and make you unable to egress. So Frank, that 1 MP that you got, it's useful.
Hell yeah. That's all I needed, really.
I cannot pick a favorite Shining Force, honestly.
That's yeah. You've been going hard too. So like,
3 is really, really good, man. When I first played it, I think I was like, I was in my hipster new sucks phase, and I was like, this is not like 2. There's too much shit in it.
I hate it. There's too much stuff. I hate it.
But now I realize that it's actually quite good. There's a lot of mechanics. Funny enough, it did a roundabout thing where it started, because like I always tell that anecdote about how this game wanted to be different than Fire Emblem. But Shining Force 3 took a lot of stuff from Fire Emblem. Holy shit!
Right? Jesus.
Oh no.
I swear to God.
That's scary. That is scary. I didn't expect that to do that much damage. We should be good though.
No, yeah. I'm gonna move him back. It'll work out.
But yeah, so like you mentioned supports earlier, Frank, that actually exists in Shining Force.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they're not the same way, but pretty much the same concept. There's no like support. What do you call it? Like conversations. Shit, I was gonna say you might want to block off Max. I don't remember the last time that Lizard Man moved.
I think he can take the hit from the Lizard Man. The Lizard Man does only a couple, but we'll see. I'm gonna do that.
I think they have a high crit. Well, maybe I might be conflating that with Shining Force 3, because the Lizard Man in Shining Force 3 crit me like 60% of the time.
Jesus.
69.9% of the time.
6, don't bring up Paula. We don't bring up Paula, alright? I don't want to fucking hear it. We do not need to bring up the Earthbound finale, ever.
We don't talk about it. I think I might have mentioned it once or twice, but I think I got away with it.
More information, see our published works.
the MLA citation.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I'm like, I guess I could just do the research myself.
Yeah, I actually wasn't there for that. Frank, you want to tell that story? You want to remind?
So,
what you did?
We had
what you did.
For the finale of Earthbound, we had someone who actually hasn't played Earthbound before, so they didn't know like the trick of how the final battle went. So I did my absolute best to have like a desperate battle and use every resource that I can. Because if you don't know, when it comes to Gygas, the last boss of Earthbound, the way that you actually beat it is by using Paula's ability Prey repeatedly. Yeah. So I tried to make it really feel like I was giving my all and I was going to make it by the skin of my fucking teeth, and yeah, Paula died, and I didn't have any revive items, and I just had to fucking eat it. It sucked. Like, it sucked.
Can't even win.
That was a rough one. Poor Paula. And then, I don't know. Well, I was watching friend of the show, Kent, on Gaku Overdrive. He was finishing up his Chrono Trigger playthrough, and he joined us for Chrono Trigger. I saw that, so I hopped on and was like, oh shit, what's up? He was doing Chrono Marley Frog, and he died like 4 times against Lavos. They put Ayla on his team and immediately won, and I'm like, told you, bro! Ayla, bro! Like, I'm telling you. But I had to stop by because he was with us. He was with us for a few episodes of Chrono Trigger, so it was nice to kind of drop back into the Chrono Trigger mindset.
One well actually begets another well actually. You gotta pay it forward. Well, actually. So Kevin and Grant did a special stream with Digital MLS as well, where they played through Ys 1, and they had both never played it.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And unlike you, Frank, they did a very good job of listening to viewer. I'm not joking.
You rat bastard. Anyway.
Yeah, we came in on that one completely in the dark, and it was like we're both like, that was fun. That was good. That was a fun game, and it was just like, yeah, Joey was pretty much just guiding us through that whole experience. Like, you know, it was. I mean, obviously it's a short game, so we were able to like get through it. But it was nice to have that like condensed experience.
Yeah, and I think that goes a long way for a lot of games, right?
Yeah.
We were kind of discussing this a little bit before, but I think that, like, the purist experience, like, with an I, not with the, like, purist, but the purist experience is kind of almost a dead thing now, right? Like, and I'm not shitting on you if anyone here likes that. Like, I like going into things blind. I like going into things with a guide. I like.
He's got a controller, yeah.
Yeah, and
I agree.
Like,
a controller. I'm a purist about controllers for sure. If you can, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's like that takes away. It literally takes away agency, right? But I think it's interesting to have different experiences, like to switch it up, right? Because it's like, if you're only playing games a certain way, like in your own terms, like I'm gonna play this exactly like it was on original hardware and blah blah blah. It's like
CRT.
That's cool, and that's on a CRT, and that's dope, and that's awesome if you can do that and have the patience for it. But like, I don't think that necessarily legitimizes or illegitimizes an experience. So, I think Ys is a really fun game to do that with. I would like more people to do that with.
Well, I know we might want to be getting in on that, and I haven't played the earliest Ys I played was one of the PS2 ones, the Ark of Nashapasha, that one. That's what it's called.
Mesa title, by the way.
What? Big Mesa?
Super Nintendo.
I have the Super Nintendo one. I just haven't really played it. But I know that's something I'm excited about. I thought it was a goner, but I caught a branch and I just you see what I hung on. We got a great battle. I don't know who you are, but I would like to tag along if that's okay. If you've heard about this.
Can anyone do a Jay Leno?
I can. I just proved that I can.
Oh, that was pretty. So. I was gonna say that was pretty good.
I didn't mean to shit. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shit on you like that.
Can we get somebody to take over?
Oh yeah, I think somebody's doing one right now, Joey.
Way to fucking follow it up, bro. Jesus.
Damn. Well, it's the meta Leno. That's where we're in. We're in the meta Leno phase.
John?
The meta Lenoverse. Oh.
Good job getting to that laser eye. Hurry on to Powell. Evil is afoot.
With the laser eye gone, the Shining Force heads towards the moving town of Pow. Knowing that Runefaust is gathering its forces, our heroes hurried onward.
Might be a good wrap-up, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I would like to, really quick, I'd like to, if we can, if there's not a lot of time between starting the next battle, I don't want to miss any dialogue for the stream. But if it's going to be if it's going to be more than... more effort, then we'll just cut it here, because I know I want to grind a little bit. The Shining Force reached the Pow Prairie to discover that Pow was a town of wagons. That's it. That's all you get.
There's a lot of mystical stuff here, too.
Okay, then the old stranger. Alright, so maybe should I... Okay, well, like I said, I want to at least just get to where I start the battle, so I can do some grinding.
So yeah, there's a couple items in here. There's a quick chicken, I think, bread of life, and a sword, and then a little chicken. Oh yeah, this is where we get yogurt.
Thank God.
Yogurt.
How many characters are we gonna convert?
Yeah, so Frank, go north.
North, gotcha.
In the town proper. So we're gonna to the left. God,
to the left.
It's killing me. Left, all the way to the left, and then when you hit left, go north. There you
Talking to this guy. Welcome to Pow, a town that's truly on the move.
So you can just make a town that's just a bunch of wagons?
That's
legal?
This man will not grant my fucking...
Go behind the... No, go... You can, like, kind of go to the left. Like, in the entrance of the door, you can go to the left. It looks like you can't, but there you go, yeah.
Oh, there he is. I see him.
There you go. So, I believe that just let him join your force, if I'm not mistaken.
Cyrus, are you in here? Cyrus, can you give us a for sure? If you go behind the third wagon, they'll sell you circus methamphetamine. Thank you, Six.
This isn't Florida, Six. Grow up.
It's toilet methamphetamine in Florida.
Sirius said that's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he just joins your party and it doesn't say anything, so...
Let's see. So now we just got to figure out how to start the next fight, and then we can move on.
So talk to this.
Oh, I'm General Elliot of Runefaust. Will you listen to me? Good, for what I have to say should interest you. Runefaust has been corrupted by Dark Soul. He came from nowhere to sway our king. Dark Soul told King Ramuladu that his world would be hers to rule forever. Yeah, I couldn't handle that one. All he needed was the legacy of the ancients, Dark Soul claimed. Our king listened. Though I hate Dark Soul and his plans, I am a loyal subject to King Ramladu. When we meet next, Wes, it will be on the battlefield. Our king is fully under Dark Soul's influence. All this warfare is Dark Soul's doing.
Let me tell you why Dark Soul doesn't need an easy mode.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Joey.
Oh.
Stop and go, stop and go. Oh.
So, Cirrus actually makes a good point. To pick up some power spears, I think there just should be some more upgrades too in the weapon shop. To do that. You don't have any now, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can use longsword.
Oh yeah. Seems like there'll be lots of upgrading and stuff. Like I said, I just want to start the battle so I can egress real quick.
Yeah. So there's some chests there. Talking to that lady twice will do it. But that being said, I believe the shop goes away when you...
Oh, really? Okay. All right, then. All right, guys. We're going to have to... I got an idea, actually. Hold on.
Pfizer, no!
Since we're in the emulated, you could do it at 2 different save states if you want. So you could just play the text.
Yeah,
that's actually a good call.
I could do that, and I could just reload it and fix it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, let's not be rude to our visitor. Is it okay if we move along? Yes, I'll be leaving now. Good luck. Please step outside. It's time for us to go. That's all. I just really want to start this fight. Ha! Oh! Ha! What a flight! I've never been this far from Bustoke before. Good old Bustoke. Hey! Down there! I want to help you fight those nasty Runefaust beasties! Oh, it won't stop! I'll be right back, I think! Just wait a moment!
The highest move in the game.
I'm joining up, youngster! I figure you need some experience on this team. Kokichi joins the Shining Force. I'll be at headquarters.
Yeah, that one.
Alright, then I go this way.
And this is like the archetype of like the honorable antagonist.
Oh, this is perfect grinding level too. Big open level.
Yeah, it's really good for it, yeah.
Alright, cool. We will just skip real quick so I can get to where we can go. Or actually, oh wait, yeah. So now I don't have to actually do any of that. So let me load my save.
Yeah, we missed Vankar, but yeah,
that's fine. I'm gonna just make sure before the next episode we'll make sure we get all of that. I just need to save real quick, and then we'll be good to go.
The to north. Where
was it north?
Yogurt. To left and north. Yeah.
You're right. Gotcha. I remember now.
This town is like kind of weirdly laid out.
A little jankety.
Super intuitive.
On a wagon. It's pretty
music.
Ba, 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 ba.
So Kevin, I've been meaning to ask.
Yeah.
So you did not have a? Did you say you did not have a Genesis, right?
Not till later on, no.
So did you grow up mostly playing like Super Nintendo stuff, or what was
yeah, most like Nintendo mostly. Yeah.
So how like I'm always interested in this because I was fortunate enough to have both. How do you think, like, just at a glance, like these Genesis RPGs compare to like a lot of the RPGs that you grew up with, or maybe are more used to?
I mean, they definitely have. It's hard to explain, but I was like thinking about earlier. There's a specific look, at least to this game that I'm seeing here, that seems different than what you would see on the Super NES. And I don't know if it's I don't know, just like a certain. It's like kind of like the color palette and like the kind of designs they have. Just seems
more
like
vibrant.
More vibrant, but also like less detailed. It's hard to explain.
It definitely was a pretty specific like style of visuals. I think I do definitely agree with that. Like you can look at those early Genesis games and be like, that's an early, it's not quite the like more polished year like 2 on Genesis and Super Nintendo style. You can tell it's early, but it's still a very iconic style, I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
I think one thing that's really interesting too, and you probably
Thank you for the gift sub, Visor.
Oh hell yeah, Visor! Thanks, man. And a fat guy with a Speedo, hell yeah. So that guy, not only is he wearing a Speedo, but he has a sub now too. So Jared is on the hunt. Anyway, one thing that's really interesting about these Sega RPGs, and I don't know if this is fully intentional, but I think it's interesting to mention, is that they seem faster. Like, and maybe that's a Sonic thing, right? That's like a big selling point. In
That's a good point. Yeah, we gotta keep up. We gotta keep up with Sonic.
You gotta go fast, as they say.
We gotta go. I mean, even Shining in the Darkness is very snappy for what it is. So I'm kind of noticing that more now, like looking at these, because I've been playing through a bunch of Sega RPGs now, and it's been really interesting to see that, like, despite having grown up with them and whatever, like, this is why I think replaying games is awesome, because you learn so. If you're willing to put in the time, you could learn so much from it.
Oh, dude, I've honestly had such a good time, like, actually revisiting and beating these games, because I revisit a lot of old games, but I don't usually play them for more than, like, 10 hours max, I get my fill, and I move on, and it's been really nice actually following through with those later parts of these games throughout this series. I've been having such a good time with it.
You think like the stream was like what like motivated you to like actually like play these games to completion? I find the same way. I found the same thing for me. It's like, the older we get, the less time we have to kind of like dump into these games, and it's like, if I can find an excuse, if I can make content out of it, I'm guilty.
100%. Yes, 100%.
I'm chasing Kevin, always fucking looking for clout, bro.
Give me that. I need the next Eminem post.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Hey, go feel free to steal it. Everybody else is.
I will, yeah. We definitely. Super RPG friends will repurpose it.
We'll turn it into an emoji.
All things. Yeah, we will. It's true. Just like Hans.
So, Kevin, last thing before, I guess, like, we wrap up and everyone does our thing, I want to ask you, has this made you more interested to check out this game? Will you check out this game?
I'm definitely interested. I'm wondering, like, where can I play it, though?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a great...
look at what he had. You can buy this game individually on Steam,
or
you can buy the...
Kevin, you know what? Add me on Steam. I'm gonna gift you this game. It's all yours, baby. You can play it. I'll gift you. It's 99 cents, dog. I got you.
Thank you.
Oh, damn.
I will absolutely. If you want to get some... Listen, the Shining Force brainworms are very real. So... That was an awesome time, guys. I definitely, we did a few good, hard, long battles, That's the interesting thing about this is we're used to doing, like, fucking 50-plus battles in an episode. Shining Force has been a nice change-up because we only get, like, a good, like, 3 or so battles out of the 2 hours that we do. So it's definitely an interesting change-up in terms of, like, our momentum and conversation and stuff like that. It's been a lot of fun. It is 10:05, so I'm going to start wrapping up with everybody. I want to thank every single one of you wonderful people who joined us tonight, every single one of you who chatted, every single one of you who subscribed, followed, everything like that. Thank you so damn much. You guys really help us stay here every single week, motivated to see you guys and have a great time, even when I have COVID. Don't forget, I'm going to drop in the chat. If you guys are not already in our Discord or following us on socials, I'm going to drop our link tree. I want to thank my co-host, Nick. I want to thank my staff, Joey and John. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us. It's been
thank you for having me, yeah.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. Before I let everyone else plug some stuff, I just want to say, tomorrow... right around noon, Super RPG Friends doing something a little bit new. We're jumping on that brand new hype train with a little bit of Pokemon Arceus. Pokemon Legends Arceus. We're going to be going live with that. That's the brand new Pokemon game. About noon. And from noon, I'll be playing a few hours at a time. Maybe take like a little 30-minute break for myself or something, so I don't go too crazy. That's words. But yeah, so if you check us out tomorrow, most of the day you'll be able to catch us playing the brand new Pokemon game. Joey's going to be joining me. We'll be giving our thoughts, our ideas, and how we feel about this new direction for the Pokemon game. So I really hope you guys join us. It's going to be something a little bit new for the Super RPG friends, kind of doing a game that's new. If you guys would like to see more like that, I'd be willing to replay like the Monarch demo or something like that. So please let us know. If you guys come and you guys participate, we will be doing more. So definitely, if you guys like that kind of stuff, come out and show us that you like it, and we will do more. Now, I'd like to say, Nick, do you have anything to plug this week? Do you have any new features or anything like that? I know you've been doing stuff for RPG Fan.
No, I have nothing yet.
I can't wait to hear it. After your awesome MP thing, I can't wait to see what you come up with, man.
We'll see. We'll see.
It's going to be why Frank is a big dummy.
That is of interest to no one.
You'd be surprised. Joey, John, you guys want to drop anything?
About that Pokemon Arceus thing, real fast. It's not going to really be anything that new because it's just going to be me ranting and you dealing with the rant. So I think that's fair. But yeah, no. Other than that, thank you guys for coming out to the bonus streams. I noticed a lot of people on here who were tuning in from the Shiny Force bonus stream that Frank and I did.
Thank you for doing them, Joey. Thank you for, you know what's much appreciated? I appreciate you doing those. It was a fun time being able to jump in and not be like the one actually driving. It was so nice when you were like, I was like, I'm kind of tired, bro. I'm just going to be there audio, all right? And you were like, that's fine. I was like, oh, 9 months and I can finally just chill. Fuck yeah.
No, and honestly, like it's, Frank being able to deal with the stress of things going wrong is a wonderful anchor to my like neuroticness. So I appreciate that. But if you guys like that kind of stuff and you want to see more of it, we definitely will be doing more of it in some capacity.
Deltarune stream soon.
Yeah. We had, there's a lot of stuff on the docket, and especially for what we'll be doing in the future, there might be some good accoutrements. So yeah, and thanks again, Kevin, for coming on here and hanging out.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh yeah, man, anytime. And thanks everyone. Just
Absolutely.
Toxic positivity all the time.
Thank you so much.
And fucking like, comment, fucking subscribe, you idiot pussies. What are you even thinking?
Joey hasn't negged the audience once tonight. Are you good, bro? Anyway, Kevin, do you have anything you want to drop in chat? Any links? Anything you want to talk about before we move on to closing and our raid target?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I guess you could follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kevin POTUS. You can follow Thought Cops podcast. We're on pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts. The easiest place you can find us is YouTube, just youtube.com/ThoughtCops. Joey's been on the show. I'd like to get you guys on at some point too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a huge backlog of episodes and a fun community that's kind of built around it too. So check that out. And yeah, I mean, I would say I'd put like a hyper URL. Yeah, you got it there. Cool. Thank you.
We're on top of the game.
Hell yeah. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, that is what I like to hear, you guys. It has been another amazing episode of Super RPG Friends. We have some more awesome guests for you next week. We will be announcing those over the weekend. We're actually going to have the guy who can't play Metroid Dread, and we're also going to have...
Frank, dude.
Geoff Keighley and...
Geoff.
You got that. I'm gonna Henry, Geoff, you know. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Remember, when we go, we're actually gonna raid someone who's doing Super Shining Force 1, not Super RPG Friend Force. Super RPG Force 1. Make sure you guys are super awesome. Let them know where you're from, and let's have some fun. We will see you guys tomorrow. It's a little different to say. And, yeah, so we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as always, Fuzzy Pickles, in about 5 seconds, we're going to slowly raise up the peace sign and the Fuzzy Pickles. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you all so much for coming by. Cryptic with the power up. Fuzzy. I like it when we just, like, whisper Fuzzy Pickles to each other.
Sorry.